Everything gonna be copacetic. It was the last time we heard that one, right? Offense is going to require some patience. That's the bottom line right there. Let them just get it together. And by the way, there are enough new faces on the 49ers offense, including at the quarterback position anyway, that some rough edges were going to have to be polished going into the 2022 season. Is that really should have been expected? It wasn't going to be just, so, hey, we're ready to roll. Nah. So we need to just and there's some other things, too. Trent Williams pointed out that are very special. The regular season hasn't gotten underway, and the sky is not falling. Okay, All-Pro Trent Williams is quoted saying there's no need for concern for a couple of reasons. See, hearing from people like him saying things like that, being around the game as long as he's been around the game, it's reassuring, isn't it? Yeah, I guess it gives me a good feeling. So, go ahead, Brian. Get that pizza. Hey, get some anchovies on it too. Tonight, taking your calls after going over some of the reasons as to why Trent Williams feels that there is no concerns for 49ers offensive struggles at this particular time. By the way, some good news too. That forgotten running back, Elijah Mitchell, ? Never fear, for Mrs. Mitchell's baby boy is looking like he will indeed be ready to beat up on some Bears booty. Just because I've actually been worried about that. I haven't said anything because I don't want to seem like the guy that's Ronbo, man, chill out. I'm thinking, we're watching all the running backs. We're arguing about them. We're getting rid of Trey Sermon. We didn't know his leg was hurting or his foot or whatever is hurting him, And we're saying Jordan Mason is all that, and then somebody pointed out, dude, y'all need to chill out, man, because the man is playing against the third and fourth string people, and people won't even be in football. I might, you know what? I do have an argument to offer for that, though. I've always said running backs literally hit the ground running. They don't come in the NFL. Oh, I didn't know that. Bam! Oh, yeah, I didn't see him coming, and also that hole closed up. Okay, they don't go through all that. They usually come in and pick up right where they left off from whatever university or colleges, whatever they just attended. So that's why I'm a little concerned with Trey. I will wait until I see something better. I am not worried about Jordan Mason. I want to see him work with the starters a little bit. I just had to get that off my chest. I feel so much better. Anyway, the 49ers have had to navigate without starting running back. Coach today, after practice, spoke to reporters, and Mitchell would return after the club's preseason finale in Houston on Thursday, which is coming up really soon. And yes, the roster is now down to 80 players. I know. You thought Jimmy would be one of the people they'd get rid of in order to shave that roster down to 80. I was a little surprised myself, to be honest, and you know how much I love me some Mrs. Garoppolo's baby boy, Jimmy. But he's still hanging around. Niners GM Lynch said on today that Jason Verrett and D lineman Kalia Davis would start the season on the PUP list and non-football injury list, or the NFI, respectively. The Niners announced its remaining moves to reduce its roster to 80 players by releasing tight end Tanner Hudson, waived linebacker Jeremiah Gimmel, whichever way you want to pronounce that G is your business. I don't care. You got a choice. And waived old lineman Sam Schluter with an injury designation. And my God, he must have been bad. We shouldn't really judge our offensive line. There's reasons for that, and Trent Williams is absolutely right. We're all aware of how tough the Niners offense has had it this preseason going up against their own defense during this particular training camp summer. But as far as Trent Williams is concerned, there's no need for concern for a couple of reasons. Let's go down through them. For starters, they have Kyle Shanahan. That's all you need to know. That's it. One thing about Kyle, he's got plenty of talent out there, Kyle can take and make a cake and don't need no sugar. You know what I'm saying? And the man can still make it taste good. For Williams told reporters of the offense after practice today, quote, "It's still a work in progress. We all know that." That's me saying that, though. He goes on to say, "We haven't made it by any stretch of the imagination, but we've got a play caller that's the best in the world. So our game plans and how we execute is a huge deal for this offense," unquote. Now, with the first-year starter in T. Lancer, there's sure to be a learning curve for the Niners' entire offense as the season approaches. Okay, that's not a surprise. Yesterday's practice was another good example of that, with the Niners D feeding off a trade for 3 picks. And there's no point getting mad about that because other quarterbacks are going to have to get that same ass whooping that the 49ers are giving our own team. I just wish that week will come and 49ers seem to have dominated the defense. Ooh, because you'll know that's where they are. That's where and you can't. It's like anything else. Going all the way back to my elementary school days, when Bobby. Anyway, there's this kid who's come over from the other side of the elementary school campus where he wasn't supposed to be, and bully me. He did that for the whole time, and then suddenly that day came, and I grabbed Bobby, red hair and all, and I just lost it. I was pounding his head into the pavement. You know, we had asphalt pavements. They pulled me off of him. They called my mom. She came in. I'm crying my eyes out. And the principal's telling, Mrs. Ronbo, your son seems to have a temper, and I really think that there's going to have to, I'm not sure what his parents are going to say, Bobby's parents are saying about it, but the thing is we're going to have to make some kind of arrangements to see if we can get him to come. We're going to give him some special, they went through this whole thing with me because I lost it because the kid was bullying me every day. See, so that's what happens. Even though I was a mild, shy kid, you can go too far. So that's what I'm thinking, that the 49ers offense is suddenly going to explode on the day. My own 2 cents. But, and also T. Lance has had some good days in practice, and Williams expects things to be easier on the offense once the season is underway. Williams went on to say, quote, it will be different, obviously going up against the defense, which we don't game plan with. There's a key words right there. That hinting that the Niners defense might know what plays they're going up against in practice. T. Williams went on to add, quote, our first 20 to 30 plays are scripted, and the script is not just for our eyes. It's universal. So Fred Warner can easily pick up our offensive script and kind of know what's coming. Not saying that he does, not saying he don't. I'm not putting that out there, but it makes it difficult. See, because Trent probably say, look, I ain't giving us no excuses, all right? But Fred is running around here while he's talking major smack to everybody on the offensive unit, stealing stuff. You know what, though? And he goes, Williams further added that the offense struggling against one of the top-ranked defenses in the NFL is really nothing new, as he has further quoted saying, it's always like that during training camp. And it is, really. It really is. It's been like that every year I've been here. Last year was just as tough. Year before was just as tough. That defense is incredible. They play extremely hard. They only have one speed, and so it's a great learning tool. It's a great measuring stick. That is why the 49ers offense is probably going to be tough. Ain't nobody going to be looking like the 49ers defense all year long. There are a couple of teams I do suspect the AFC doesn't have any weaknesses in it as far as that defense goes. So they but see, that's the beauty of this all. As long as Trey's getting no let up in the pressure, see, you know what I'm saying next. Pressure makes a diamond. Pearls. That shell is under pressure. That's the only reason. This has got to be the end result. I have a feeling too. That's why the Seahawks, Russell Wilson and company, who didn't have an offensive line all those years, but they handled us like easily, right? Because Russ, by the time he saw us, nothing new. The pressure's on that dude every day. I mean, so it's true. And last year, the Niners did indeed struggle from tough practice during their own D, during training camp to an appearance to the NFC CG. Rams, I know you're in here, man, watching, and don't be talking no trash. That's right. Y'all got away, and don't you ever forget it. Even with Kwaski T dropping the ball, if my man G has got his shoulder at his hand, you know you get your 6th ass whooping in a row by him. He beat y'all with his eyes closed. You can't do it with arm and hand out. And apparently, T. Will hasn't been frustrated with any of the offensive subpar performances so far in camp, especially after 2-0 start to the preseason, which is encouraging. T. Will went on to say, quote, it's a long season. If I'm getting frustrated in training camp, what's that going to say about week 4 or week 8, week 9 or 17? The extra game? Question mark. If I'm frustrated now, how do I keep my head then? Playing offensive line is all about being consistent and not getting too high, not getting too low. I take that approach with pretty much everything, unquote. Booyah! See, that's what I'm talking about. And I suspect most of the offensive is thinking that way. What my only concern is, I don't want Trey to get downhearted. I don't want him to get frustrated with himself. Know that he's dealing with one of the best defenses in the league. You just keep working and polishing to get better and start dominating those guys at some point. That's all you need to worry about right now. I need you not to be less confident. Don't be afraid to throw the ball. Don't worry about the friggin' INT. Throw that ball! And sooner or later, it's going to start connecting. Anyway, I don't want a coward for a quarterback out there. That's why when people just go off on Jimmy every time throw a quarterback, throw an INT. Look, let me tell you one thing. If a quarterback ain't got no confidence, I ain't interested in him because he ain't ever going to make any kind of plays. I don't need a team manager. I need a quarterback. That, by the way, by Williams, is that kind of attitude that has helped Williams become one of the league's top players. And the hope for the Niners hope that and the Niners hope that outlook, some of the offensive growth and Shanahan's magical play calling can help lead to a 6th Lombardi. Yeah, right now we all got to adopt that attitude. Just chill out, let it roll. I just want to have your opinion on this whole matter, though. And are we going to be fine? Are we going to be all right? Oh, no. Normally this is only a temporary problem, and I know exactly what that. I'm okay. I'm under. I got everything under control. Why I don't get this done before I start, I don't know. But here it comes. Hey, how about Kim Kardashian, man? There's a water shortage going on, and she's out there watering her lawn, just so everybody can see her big booty. Okay. I don't know why this is being such a problem today. God, come on, phones. Get over here. You're embarrassing me. Because I'm in a hurry. It's frustrating. Okay. I know, right? I told you about the AirPods. They don't work with my system. That's why when you call in, you got AirPods, it doesn't work well. I know. Dre.
What up, Ronbo?
Oh,
I need my 2 minutes back, by the way.
You did? You can get them, Dre. Woo! We just start the clock, Dre. You got it. Hey, Dre, come on in, man. Because, there's a little blues running around among some camps.
But to answer you guys' question and yours, we going to be all right.
All right.
But I just feel like this. It's practice. You know what I'm saying? This is a place for you to go out there and do what you do and mess up. I would prefer for it to be the way it is rather than for our
defense to be getting killed.
Dice up and just, we have a bigger concern than, me personally, I'm looking at the bright side of things. We ain't never been in this position, really. You know what I'm saying? Even before the Jimmy G era, we wasn't even in that position. We were searching for a quarterback. Now we got 3 in the room. 2 of them is good. And one of them is, I don't know who the hell makes that deal. Who let him in the NFL?
He was brought over from that coach that we got that was working with the Eagles. Dre, honestly, though, how does he look compared to what you saw before this preseason? He looks a little better. He doesn't frighten me as much as he used to. This season, he looks like he's not just awful.
He's more comfortable. Like I think was he talking about Trey or Nate?
No, Nate.
Nate? No, he looks the same. He looks the same.
Okay.
Ain't nothing changed. If they was gonna pick up him, they should have kept what's his name? We drafted him.
Mullins or CJ?
What's his name? There we go. CJ or Mullins. You should have kept one of them. Don't bring this dude in, and he stinks. We can smell him from. That's that smell. When you crossing over, if you've ever been to Candlestick, you got to drive down 3rd Street, and it's a horrible smell. Mm-hmm. I mean, the smell is horrible. Mm-hmm. And that's Nate. That's Nate. That's cold. But back to the team, some positive stuff. We're not gonna talk about the stinky man like that no more. Back to the team. I feel, me personally, they shouldn't do Jimmy like that. They should let him go find him a job, regardless of who it's with. I don't care who it is with at this point. You know,
Nate,
see, tell them what you need to tell them. Any one of them, Jimmy, Nate, send both if you can. Send them there. I mean, hell, the Raiders got a draft pick for what you call it. Who was that?
Marcus
It was one
Mariota.
of the Nick Mullins one.
Oh.
No, remember it was our old backup. It was Nate Mullins, one of them. They got a 7th round pick.
Nick Mullins.
Got a 7th round pick. I know we can get something for Nate. We may not can't get nothing but a wish, but for Jimmy, but we can get something for Nate. I don't know what the hell is the difference between all three of them. I know Jimmy better than the both of them. But
yeah, I was just saying, let's not put Jimmy in that. You know, we disrespect Jimmy a lot, but that's going too far, bro.
No, but that's going too far. That's going beyond too far. I'm taking a stand,
that pool.
Damn it.
Yeah.
No, I'm taking a stand on that one. You're going too far. But I think that our problem is great. You know, we got 2 young quarterbacks, and I hope we keep Brock Purdy on this.
Yeah, I like that.
On our 53 as a backup. Yeah, that'd be dope to have 2 young quarterbacks coming in trying to find their footing. And you know, I just feel the trade. Him and Debo will get their connections because he's missing high, he's missing low, and it's all about his mechanics. You know what I'm saying? He ain't played 400. He ain't threw 400 times in the game. You know, and I don't know what. Have you ever threw 400 times?
No, and here's the thing though. Some of that is under duress and pressure. And as long as that defense is coming at him 100 miles an hour, I'm thinking he's out there pressing. When some of those guys were missing, he was doing well. So he has the mechanics. It's just that when he gets in a extreme hurry, when he's in a big hurry, I guess the ball's sailing on him, and he's getting a little frantic. And that's coaching.
Like
Kyle's got to calm him down, pull him aside. Listen, don't worry about it. Just play your game. They're not going to hit you. If they do, they know they're out of here. So, you know, it's not the defensive lineman, right? So, you know, just play your game. And we can call if you would have been sacked or not.
Yeah, but in Trayvon, he coming at it trying to approach it as if it's a game and taking as many reps as he can to do well. You know what I'm saying? Because you still got to come out there and show you that dog. For some reason, this 49er team this year took on a dog mentality from the quarterback all the way down. Because you look at Lance, he got the little baby face. He's nice, but he got this little dog to him, too. I feel like it's a lot of dogs on this team this year, and it's much needed. Much needed. I feel like a lot of people going to get beat up from our running back. You know what I'm saying? They keep it. What's his name? What's that new dude's name? Not TDP, the other one, the undrafted one.
What
his
position?
name? He's a running back.
Oh, Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason.
Mason. They let him go. I'm a choke high myself, personally. That boy, he hit him. I never even thought I could say this. TDP hit hard. He'll knock you down, knock your teeth out your mouth. This boy would knock your head off and look like he hit a little harder, Ronbo, for some reason to me.
He does.
Is that because he going up against the third strings? Or
well, see, that's what everybody's saying now. People need to calm down. He's playing against the third string. It's like, I know, but you know what? A running back is a running back. He doesn't care if you're third string, second string, first string. He's out there to hurt you. He's going through you. That's what his job is. That's what his nature is. That's why he's a running back. When I see him drop that forearm into that defender, I said, oh, yeah, that's a born warrior. Give him the ball. I want to see more of him.
Give him the ball. There we go. And 2 more things before I got to get kicked off. The drops. That's my biggest concern. I understand he threw kind of high, threw kind of low, but if you getting paid and you walking around saying you don't watch nobody else but yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody else out there playing your position like you. Then you need to have hands like nobody else
and catch the ball.
But just like you.
And Dre, we're gonna have to get to the other point tomorrow. I'm getting pressure. So anyway, Dre, I realized we didn't catch it. Dre, I know you're doing the math. We did not cut you short tonight. I know you're gonna say it. I'll see you tomorrow.
No. I'm good. Just don't forget to talk about the offensive line with somebody. I'm excited.
Oh, everybody knows about how bad they are. All right. See you tomorrow,
all right,
Dre.
y'all be easy.
You too, fam.
All right.
And the Big Show says Brock Purdy versus everybody. 12,170 passing yards, 67.7% completion percentage, 43 starts in 4 years, 81 TDs, and 33 INTs. You know, that is why Purdy looks like he looks out there. This game of football is nothing new to him at a high level. And Juan Arlaquin. Hey, now the faithful, relax. Think we are all forgetting about this defense that Trey is facing a bunch of dogs. He is going to be fine. Yeah, it is exactly that. And as I said, with the pressure he's getting up front, he's going to have to make some adjustments mentally on that. Don't freak out. Just set, throw. Don't forget your mechanics. Don't get in too big of a hurry. Some of those throws, from what the reports are saying, some of those throws are sailing, and that tells me that he's because he's a really strong kid. So when he gets panicky and lets that ball fly, it is really flying. So if the guys are dropping it, it may be partially due to that, and then sometimes it might be them too. I don't know which one it is, but Rev, get on in here, Rev.
Ronbo.
Rev. How you feeling?
Oh boy.
Yes.
Doing good. Well, let me. I wanna jump into this very deeply.
All right.
And I really want the family to really hear this out. But I'm gonna start this off with. I want to give a shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, Ronbo, for giving us his platform to speak about our beloved 49ers. Shout out to my beautiful 49ers family worldwide, repping that red and gold 24/7, 365. I'm diving right into it. Well, I knew that the news about Trey throwing picks at training camp was going to send everybody into blah, blah world. Family, listen to me. As the season embarks, Book of Champions comes out. I'm going to start it early this year. This is the first time the Rev is going to get into it before week 1.
All right, Rev.
And I'm going to say this quote.
5.5 minutes. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to say this quote from the great Bill Walsh about Joe Montana. We knew that he'll be very good, but we didn't know, let alone quantify, if he'll be one of the greatest players of all time. You just don't know nothing until it happens. He has characteristics and traits that we like, but we don't know if he can become the greatest until he plays. Now, any 49er fan worldwide, you're not going to argue Bill Walsh. I'm just going to stop you there. Trey, I'm glad that he threw interceptions because that lets me know that he's going against an opposing defense that's going to make him play better. Period. Everybody's getting butt hurt, worked up about him throwing picks and yada, 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 just like when Jimmy had the bad training camp throwing 6 picks. Okay, it happens.
Got to be perfect in
practice.
Calm
down, pump, break.
It's ridiculous. Yes.
Ronbo, you said it perfect on your headline. The one key word about tonight was patience. I preach that word to my kids all the time. These high schoolers, I tell them patience. That's what it's about. Week 1 is coming. Trey will be okay. If obviously we got the little fake lamb chops in the quotes and saying this and that, and don't let that get you worked up. I firmly believe that Trey is going to be he's going to have those games where he's going to be good, he's not going to be good. It's a learning process and it's a curve. But for him to sit here and face arguably a better defense than you sorry ass lamb chops and to throw picks, that says something. So family, I need y'all to really calm down. I understand we as 49ers, we have the pride, we have the integrity, we have the history, the legacy. I understand that. But allow this kid to come in and adapt, learn, and build. And that's what he's doing. And that's what I like about him thus far. He's adapting, he's learning. Period, point blank. I don't expect this kid to come in and throw 450 yards the first game. No, I expect this kid to come in to learn, to manage the game, to build his game up. So by that quote that I read from Bill Walsh family, I just want y'all to know that if the
great Bill Walsh, said this about Joe Montana, the GOAT. Fuck Tom Brady, excuse me for saying it, but the GOAT is Joe Montana. And if Bill Walsh can say this about Joe Montana before he drafted him, that says a lot to me. I want y'all to take that in consideration. I'm not saying Trey Lance is going to be Joe Montana, but guess what? Trey Lance will learn and get better. Patience is key. Some of us have it, some of us don't. But as 49ers, if you rep that red and gold and you believe who we are, that this is the process we got to go through. We put our equipment on the same way. We get on that field the same way. That's how we're going to do it, game by game. Whoever plays the 49ers knows that it's going to be a dogfight, plain and simple. Plain and simple. Jerry Rice has said it himself, and that is the GOAT wide receiver. There's no other wide receiver better. A work ethic and a dedication will be shown. So
only Randy Moss disagrees.
Ronbo, I thank you.
Mm-hmm. And by the way,
Randy Moss is a fucking retard.
And by the way, Rev, John Lynch has said the same thing that you just echoed from Walsh about we're not fully sure what we have here, but we believe in what we have here apparently. So he wasn't supposed to come in and just segue right into where he left from Dakota anyway. So you're right. Give him a minute.
Time and patience, family. That's all it is. Rep your colors. We got the Texans on Thursday. Rep your colors loud and proud. Rombo, we thank you. We love you. We appreciate this platform.
Thanks, man.
And y'all know how I end this show off is in order to beat a man, you got to beat the man.
Damn right.
Woo!
Rombo, always a pleasure.
Family, y'all just calm down. We'll be okay. Just calm down. Patience. Patience is key. Rombo, I thank you. We love you. Appreciate it. The Rev is out. Red and gold, 24/7, 365 until I'm Earth food. The Rev is out.
Thanks, Rev. Looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow. All right, Rev. Have a good night.
No doubt. All right, man. Peace.
And let us roll over quickly to the state of Tennessee. Tennessee is a state, I believe, was voted in. It is Papa Dragon. Ow.
Oh, what's up, Rambo?
Papa, every year, people dissect practices. If for every failure that the offense has, or the quarterback has, or anybody else, he sucks. He said, "It's a liability. Why don't we get the hell out of here?" And I thought it was going to change this year with the new QB, but apparently it's not. There's some people that are up in arms, and then there's those who realize what football is about. You don't go to practice to be perfect. You go to practice to learn. But Pop, let me stop and you begin.
Well, all right. Well, I'll take you back memory lane. I'll take you back to when I was interning for the Indianapolis Colts. And we had a rookie quarterback come in, and he threw 16 interceptions his first 2 weeks of camp. He threw 29 interceptions his rookie season. And that player, and he had a little bit of wobble on his passes. That player was Peyton Manning. It's not about how you start in the NFL. It's about how you finish, number one. No, number two, a lot of the quarterbacks that I've ever seen have struggled. It's the ones that come out and do amazing things their first year or their second year, they're few and far between. So me personally, I think this is more than just a quarterback issue. Please understand, everyone should understand, I'm not making excuses here, but the reality is that, he's a first-year starter in the NFL, okay, with little experience, okay? And because of that, he may struggle. I expect him to struggle. In fact, if I'm rating quarterbacks right now, I'm going to rate Trey Lance, and I'm just keeping it real. I'm going to rank him 32, 31 in the league as far as quarterbacks go because he hasn't done it yet. He's got to do it. So to me, the practice statistics, I don't know when we started keeping track of statistics in practice, which is just ridiculous because we didn't then.
It just gets people hollering and screaming. That's all it does.
Exactly. I only remember the 16 interceptions because Coach brought it up and said it didn't mean shit. That's what he said. He goes,
It
"This doesn't
doesn't.
mean anything. This is not counting.
Just pop.
This is not counting."
Just for contrast, we need to, for those who played ball, how many times did you go to practice and try things just to experiment? There are things going on out there that people don't fully understand. So they diagnose in their own head, oh, he's got a problem. No, he doesn't. You don't know what was going on during that play. They may have been doing something they've never done before to see what it would do like. Go ahead.
No,
I got so tired of that in the years gone by.
All the time. Half of practice is trying out new techniques. It's trying out new formations. It's trying out new schemes. They're trying out new passes. Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't just roll out of bed and start throwing back shoulder fades. He practiced that. Chris Carter wasn't catching the ball between his legs at the corner of the end zone with 2 toes in. Out of nowhere, they practiced that. So it's all about practice. I mean, Debo's struggling because guess what? He's out of practice. He didn't work out with the quarterback all year, and Ayuk is taking off because he worked out with the quarterback more.
And he's a little fat.
Yeah. So I mean, the reality is that it's pretty much like Trent Williams, and we trust. Honestly, I believe that the 2 best offensive linemen on the team right now is Trent Williams and Poe, Jason Poe.
I know, but Trent loves him. Don't you cut him, Kyle. Don't you do it.
Go look at the 22. I already told you. I'm here in Nashville, and I got local area scouts. And when they're talking about certain players, when we talked about the 49ers, they're talking about Poe. Mm-hmm. That's what they are talking about. They're hoping he gets cut. Because
Pop, did you read that one thing the Post says? Yeah, they didn't give me. I didn't get no technique training or anything like that. They just said to go out there and go for it. What kind of coach did you have, Poe? Oh no, that's he could have been even better. But go ahead.
No, I mean, what he has is that he knows how to use his body really well, but he's super strong. He had 34 in the bench press. 34 reps there.
And he probably just quit because he was making everybody wait too long.
Yeah, he runs a quick 4.8. He's got a really long broad jump, so he's explosive. He's just very, very. He's like, really, honestly, he's like a diet version of Trent Williams, except he's on the inside. Mm-hmm. Like, he's got really, really quick feet. He plays with good leverage, and he very rarely gets beat. As a matter of fact, I want to go on record and say I didn't see him get beat. Even when he was beat, he was quick enough to recover from getting beat.
Mm-hmm. And that's important.
And the NFL is deficient in quarterbacks and offensive linemen. They are deficient in those 2 areas. And it takes a minute for teams to figure out what they're good at, what they're not good at, how they're going to approach the season, and things like that. What I saw in preseason, I saw an offensive line that wasn't ready. I saw running backs trying to anticipate when the hole was going to open up and running into the back of offensive lineman because the hole wasn't open. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So that, it's like this offense is timing and it's anticipation. And the timing comes the more you play. It's the same thing with Trey. And that's why people need to stop with this, since high school, this and just that. It doesn't matter now. He's here now. He's right here right now. So what happens beginning game 1 against the Bears is what matters. Everything else in the past don't matter. Right now, what matters is what goes forward. Now, the reason why I say that is because if you're going to sit behind and critique someone based on the past, when we all know that this game eats up players and spits them out, this is a violent sport. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, you have to move forward. And I believe that the team will move forward. And I believe that Kyle Shanahan will figure some things out because that's what he does. Mm-hmm. He hasn't game plan for nobody. He hasn't. When I've seen, I'll put it this way. Whenever I've seen Trey Lance roll out so far in preseason, it's been like almost 100%. Really, really high percentage passes when he's rolling out. There's nobody around him. Mm-hmm. He lands the pass. He throws it long. He lands the pass.
And that's the best thing to do, especially with this offensive line. Pop, can you? We were supposed to bookmark your last thing you was talking about too. We didn't get to finish that. I'll be back tomorrow. So hold that thought, Pop. I want to hear more of this.
I'm trying. Good night, Ronbo. Hey, production, shout out. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to Ronbo Sports.
Thanks, Bob. Have a good night, fam. Bear, boom, and Mama Dragon. Y'all have a great night.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Bob. And OK Niner says, why was Lance so off during practice? OK Niner, thanks for that contribution. I really firmly believe that the defense, and then you got Fred. It's like one of the things where you see the defensive player and the offensive player walking off the field. I can just see Fred now and tag. If I'm a coach, I'd ask Fred to lighten up for now. Don't do that, Fred. I know what you're doing. I'm trying to make it tough, coach, but don't do it. Just let him walk away your other way, and you guys separate on your way off the field. Robert Slavin also said, 49ers going to retire Matthew early. Rams suck. We're gonna hit him on his elbow, Rams. Bam! Better get him down on the ground. Yeah, now you throw the ball. Eric code 615. Area code 615.
Ronbo.
Yes. And who is this?
This is Van Hall back.
You're that Rams guy. Are you in the LA area? Because you guys got so many area codes. I didn't recognize
No. That's Tennessee. I'm in. I'm outside
Tennessee?
of Nashville, from up a dragger. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, bring it on in here now. What do you got on your mind here?
No, I was like, your stream on Saturday, and then I was listening to your stream, and then I had the TV on, and I heard you ranting, and I was like, is he talking about me?
Yeah, yes.
I was like, all I said was, I wasn't even talking. I was talking to Charis. I was like, hey, y'all hadn't won in 27 years. The next thing I know, I was like, the whole chat room was coming after me with pitchforks.
Wait a minute, Bill, are you a Rams fan or 49er fan?
I'm a Rams fan.
That's what I thought. That's what I was talking about when you came up with them digits, 27 years. And that'll bring the dogs. Go ahead, okay, because we'll amplify on that a little bit. Help us understand how you were justified in making that statement then.
I mean, it's the truth. I mean, the last time they won the Super Bowl was '94. That's 27 years ago.
Okay.
I mean, that's a fact.
Vidhall.
I mean, I wasn't trolling.
No, but the thing is, so the fact of the matter is, when's the last time the Rams won a trophy? You didn't do the math on that one.
If you're not counting this one right here, it was in '99, and that was 22 years ago.
So, see, there's not a lot of margin, and that wasn't even in L.A. There's not a lot of margin between 27 and 25. See? And how many times have we both returned to the Derby? So, that's why, you got some noise. Let me tell you something else, too. You guys got to do something about your boy Ready to Go. He embarrasses each and every one of you every time he speaks. The boy don't know nothing about no football. You know it's true.
He's just trolling. He's just having fun. He's just having fun. That's all he's doing. I mean, the stuff that he says, even I'm kind of like, okay. I mean, he'll say something like, Cooper Kupp's better than Jerry Rice. And I'll be like, okay. Or Ronnie Lott was soft.
Yes, that's the one. I can't get over that. It just rings in my head. Of all people to call soft, Ronnie Lott? Are you crazy? I figure he's about 21, maybe. He don't know nothing. He don't know nothing, and he's always talking. God.
Well, he's just having fun. Right. A lot of times, like when he's not in the chat is not fun. I mean, he makes the chat fun when he's in there. I mean, I've been in there and he's not in there, and I was like, man, this is just kind of like, yeah, because the 49ers, trade this and trade this, and but hey, as a Rams fan, can I talk about trade real quick?
Well, yeah, you got 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is what I think the Niners should do with Trey. And I'm like, this is coming from a Rams fan. I think you should keep Jimmy. Start Jimmy game one. When Jimmy gets hurt, which we all know he is, then you put in Trey. But here's the
makes him look like a hero. It's true.
You put in Trey, and you leave him there. You put him in, you leave him there. Even if he's doing bad, even if he's doing good, say it comes down to the last game of the year, and you got to win this game to go to the playoffs, and I don't know you want to put in Jimmy, you got to just stick with Trey. The only thing that's going to help Trey is experience. He needs experience. So that's why I say, to me, I think you should start Jimmy. Jimmy's going to get hurt. Then you put in Trey.
Then you got 20 seconds.
You just leave Trey in there.
Yeah.
You leave him in there, and then you just tell Jimmy, hey, go sit on the bench and collect the $27 million.
With those ideas, no wonder you guys had one Super Bowl in LA. You should stop talking just now. That is horrible. You shouldn't talk.
Wait.
You don't have to talk. That's just bad.
I knew Emilio was going to jump in.
You guys should not piss him off. I'm talking.
I just knew that. Of all the people, I was like, watch Emilio jump in.
I'm glad you know.
Phil, we're gonna go. Emilio, hold on, because we're getting ready to go to Phil. Bro. And Phil, yes, thank you for your interjections. Have a good night.
Like and subscribe, bro. Good luck.
Do I have to follow that?
Phil, this is always a circus.
Phil, just tell them fuck the Rams.
They made Emilio mad, Phil. The Rams fans, I don't know.
I told you, Ronbo, I do not like the Rams, Ronbo. I just don't.
I know this.
Besides the Cowboys, I despise the damn Rams.
All right, Emilio,
I hate them.
Emilio, can you hold on? Let's hear from Phil, and we'll get right on back.
Put me back on mute.
Right.
Go ahead, put me back on mute.
Okay. It's time for Chill Pill, Phil, and bring some sanity back to this program. Phil, yes, Phil.
Why do I have to always follow that kind of crap?
It seems like it, but that's good. Your timing is right because it brings some kind of substance to the program that we can all grasp a little easier than getting all outraged and like Ram fans love to do. So, Phil, we're looking at the Trey Lance situation. Phil, I know you, and I doubt very seriously whether you've been pushed in either direction. So, what do you think?
Let me first say one thing. Peyton Manning came in with a last-place team that had no talent around him. So he had 19 interceptions, yes. Trey Lance comes in with a team that has Pro Bowlers all around him.
That's good.
So it's a little different. And so I think Trey is going to be he's going to have more big plays, less move the sticks kind of plays. But I think our defense is going to be really, really good. I mean, they're going to be as good as any defense in the league. I would compare them with the 2012 defense of the Niners. We had Bowman, Willis, we had the Alden
Smith brothers,
and the Smith brothers. I mean, that was a very good defense. Number one in the league in defense. Number two in the league in points allowed. I mean, that was
Phil, don't leave out the part where we never allowed a 100-yard game for a long time. I think 2 years.
Yeah.
No
when
rushing.
You had Willis and Bowman at the linebackers, you're not gonna.
Bam.
So
boom.
I mean. This team is right there with them. We've got, our corners are so much better than we were in the past, and our defensive backfield and our linebackers are the best in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And, when you look at the
Rams.
top
don't
four,
say nothing. Bobby Wagner is not all. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Phil.
Well, Bobby Wagner's got gray hair, okay? He's done. Seattle gave up on him, all right?
No.
So if he was so good, they'd keep him.
And let him retire
But no.
as a Hawk. No, they didn't.
Exactly. So, I'd rather take Fred Warner. And
they would too. I guarantee you, Phil, if somebody said the Rams are trading straight up with the 49ers, they're giving him Bobby Wagner and taking Fred Warner, they'd be in celebration mode like we couldn't stand it. They would. They're not fooling me.
Yes. And you know what? I wouldn't trade Nick Bosa for Aaron Donald right now. I would not.
I agree. We don't know where Nick's going, but we know it's going to be damn good.
Nick's going to the ceiling. He's going to be a top 10 and a top 100 players.
I see Hall of Famer all over it.
Pretty quickly.
If he can just stay out of the hospital. Hall of Fame, first ballot. Gosh,
oh, no shit.
Ridiculous.
I mean, I'm big on Nick Bosa. And then, we got, with Kinlaw looking like he is, and Armstead,
yeah.
I mean, we've got our depth. The Rams' depth is not there with ours.
You only named
not
a few,
even
too.
close.
I could go on and on with that defensive line. You named only a few. It is ridiculous this year. I love it.
I mean, Hyder is a third stringer.
Yes. He could be starter for a lot of teams.
I know.
Ebucom has stepped up.
Ronbo,
I love Amanahu. That's a beast.
Is so solid.
Givens up the middle.
And some of the pickups they came with the safety guy, free safety. So now we're solid at free safety with Jimmy Ward injured, and he's going to come back in a few weeks. But I mean, I'm worried about right tackle. I'm worried about right tackle.
We all
don't know what McClincy's situation is. But I think our guards are going to come out and be solid for years to come. And you said maybe our window is 3-4 years. I think our window is like 10 years.
Yeah, well, the way they draft and the way they bring in ball players, as long as Jed doesn't lose his mind all of a sudden and fire him, I agree with that because they know what they're doing. They know how to build this team.
Yes, they draft well. I mean,
really
they haven't hit on some of the high draft picks, but some of the lower draft picks, they've been dead on.
Better than some of the first rounders in every team.
I mean, I think the Niners are really good this year. I'm looking forward to this season. I really am.
Should be exciting.
So, sorry, Rams.
Okay, Phil. Let's clarify. Bosa over Aaron Donald. Here's the thing. Aaron Donald's been around for how many years? Nick's been around for how many years? See, Rams fan, that's brand new. This is what we're talking about.
Nick's on his rookie contract. Okay? Yeah. Let's put it in perspective. Nick's got a lot of future.
He does. And he's just scratching the surface of what he probably is.
Well, pretty soon the Rams are going to pay the piper for all this
with that
contract stuff.
F the draft. Yeah, right? F the picks. You guys going to that's going to run into the ground. Phil, how long can you pay mercenaries?
They're going to hit too because they put all this money outstanding later on, and these guys are going to get old. So, that's why I think our outlook, Seattle's rebuilding. It's going to take them a few years.
And they're going to go ahead and admit it.
The Rams are going to die out because they've financially put themselves in a bind. They put all their eggs in one basket.
I just wonder if they finish paying Todd Gurley.
Arizona, there's too much noise. There's just too much noise in Arizona. I think our team is the team to beat for the future. So I'm looking forward to it. So did I raise your expectations, Ronbo?
Yeah, you absolutely did. Phil, you always do.
All right.
I need recordings of Phil when I get into those moments when I'm alone with my own thoughts. Just play Phil.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. We're good. We're good.
We got this, Phil.
So,
I'll tell you what, I'm going to be looking for you tomorrow, too. We're going to talk about some of the expectations we have coming into this game against the Texans, looking at the Texans roster, some of the people they brought in. They look kind of solid this year.
What the first string does, we'll play extended minutes, and so
this is
that's going to be a good take on what's going on.
Can't wait.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, Phil. See you tomorrow.
Hang in there, man. Hang in there.
We're doing fine. All right. Have a great night, fam.
All right. Take care.
You too. Night, Phil.
All right. Bye.
Hey, Felix. Felix.
What's up? What's going on? What's going on? What's
Felix,
going on? How you doing?
We're looking at some of the things going on in camp and enjoy the fact that Trey came out to address everybody on the whole matter. And, I mean, there's some things that are going on that make your eyebrows do raise a little bit. But all in all, I think this is nothing unusual about this. And the defense has lost their damn mind in San Francisco or Santa Clara. So we don't need and by the way, Felix, wouldn't you rather hear that the defense is losing their mind out there more than you would the offense is losing their mind against our defense? Meaning that translates immediately to a lot of offenses will probably end up losing their mind against our defense. So I finally made up my mind on this because each and every year I say, man, I don't know. The defense had a great day. Damn, the offense did them like that? I mean, it's the defense doing what they're doing. That's all you got to worry about. The offense, all the offense is doing is getting better. What were you thinking?
Man, let me tell you something. And this is what I meant to say this last week. The key to our defense up front is Javon Kinlaw. That's a big nigga. That's a big old man. That's
you
a
forgot where
big
we was.
Old man. So I'm sorry.
We're down at the club place. Well, go ahead. I know what you mean.
That's a big old man.
It is.
He's playing bullet ball, and I think up front with him and Bosa and Armstead, our defense up front is going to be solid. I mean, I'm just excited about our defense, and then we have players, we can keep fresh bodies and stuff like that or whatever. But one thing that, and a caller talked about a running back situation, I want you to go on YouTube and look at Jordan Mason college highlight. Of course, now he's playing for Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech is not known for their football, but that dude can run. I really honestly think that he's going to take Trey Sermon's spot. I personally don't think that Eli Mitchell's an every down back because he can't stay.
He's already proven that.
But that dude Jordan Mason, and I don't know if that's Kyle Shanahan's cup of tea because I know he likes his receivers to catch balls in the backfield. But that dude can hit the hole, man.
Well, you know what? He can teach him to catch the ball though. Because I don't think
just think about this.
TDP's not one to catch the ball out of the backfield either.
Right. But just think about this. Now he was running that way with our third string line. Just think when our first string offensive line, those holes are going to be opening up.
Good perspective, because people keep talking about he's playing against a third string defense. Oh hell, he's running behind a third string offensive line too.
I mean, if you see the way, if you YouTube him in college games at Georgia Tech and you see the way he runs, check where Shanahan is finding these gems at, because like he has an eye for talent. But that dude Jordan Mason, he needs to. I'm gonna say by at least, don't put him on special teams. I'm gonna say by the third game of the season, I'm gonna say by the third game of the season, Eli Mitchell gonna be injured. So I'm gonna say,
oh, you know what? Though it ain't gonna take that long. He'll be on the refrigerator between games anyway. That's just what he does.
Well, I mean, right, and so I like Jordan Mason, but I'm not worried about Trey. If you notice, Ronbo last year when Trey Lance played, it took him a while to kind of get like warmed up, because I remember I went to a game. It was San Diego when San Diego was here in LA and they played the Niners. Like, sometimes I think with Trey, he has to get the butterflies out or whatever. But like after like the second or third series, he get rolling.
Yeah, he gets warmed
and I
up.
think that's what's
Mentally
going out. He got to get mentally warmed up. And I think if we are able to run the ball effectively, that's really going to take a lot of pressure.
Oh, that's going to be going
off
on. That goes without saying. Shanahan's not going to stop running the ball. I don't care who the quarterback is. So you're right. That'll help, because everything, his whole offense predicates off that off that run anyway. So.
And so, like another caller said, our situation with quarterback is different. Usually, when you get a young quarterback, you build pieces around him. Trey already has the pieces.
Yeah.
He has everything you need: the line, the tight end, the receivers.
Yeah.
You got everything that you need.
And just bring your pajamas and you're ready to spend the night. That's it. You know, I agree.
Just pretty much. Don't bring nothing. We got everything for you. Don't bring no chips. Don't bring no cookies. Don't bring nothing. Just come. And I think at least by probably mid-season, I think we'll be rolling.
Yeah.
I am still worried about because we have E-Man, and he gets nicked up a lot or whatever. And
I thought you said the offensive line. You're talking about the secondary, aren't you?
Well, the secondary too. Yeah, the secondary, Mosley. And
Mosley's such a good ball player. He's another guy. All the best ball players we can't keep him on the field. Chavarius already got a muscle strain.
You see, and I just feel I don't know, man. Like when we have those joint practices and stuff like that, I just don't feel because somebody's gonna tweak something.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna tweak something, and I don't know what they need. Do they need to drink more milk? I don't know. Because somebody's always.
They need to stay hydrated, and Michael, stay hydrated and make sure you stretch. Even if you have to stop at some point in the middle of practice because you feel something, stretch it out, guys. I said, there's no excuse for having to pull hamstring. Hamstrings are, when you explode over hamstrings over and over again, you need to know before practice starts, that thing better be, you got to have a light sweat worked up, and that thing's got to be loosened up. Work the light sweat up first so the muscles are more pliable, and then get out there and stretch it out. Have somebody help you stretching out. If I hear guys over there yelling and screaming because they're stretching each other, I'm more happy with that than the guy, I'm ready to go, coach. You're late. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Get your ass over there and stretch. How many times I got to tell you guys that? No, this is what I'm talking about. Ignorance.
So let me ask you this question. Do you feel comfortable with Shanahan playing his starters all of the first half? Because he said he's going to play.
Did he indicate he's going to play the whole entire first half? I don't mind the first quarter. Yeah, I don't want the first half though.
Because I think you can see all you need to see in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I don't think a half is
risky.
good for us. I think the first quarter is really risky. After you get your couple balls to Debo, get you Brandon Ayuk. I'm excited to see about Brandon Ayuk because I've been hearing he's had a good camp, so I'm excited to see what he's going to do.
But it's gotten quiet with Ayuk the last couple of weeks since Debo came back. I just hope that in itself is not going to be a side story. But listen, fam, Felix, we're going to go. I'm going to be back tomorrow, Felix, and be looking for you. All right?
Okay, you take care.
Appreciate you, Felix. Night, fam.
All right. Yeah.
And do we have another? Okay. Hey, Jerry.
Hello. You hear?
I can hear you now, Jay. Go ahead.
Ronbo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
Uh-oh. Here it comes. Brace yourself. And?
For preseason. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
But okay. Okay. Literally, so wait, has Kyle said that he's gonna start the starters in preseason? Like, or what?
Well, this is like the dress rehearsal game, so he wants to get a good look at guys. Okay. I didn't hear. I haven't seen. I just read. I didn't watch the press conference, but Felix just said he's talking about playing the whole first half. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know if that's a good idea. Yeah, it ain't a good idea. Because Trey last year, he got hurt in week 3 of preseason.
Oh, against the Raiders. That's when he got the Raiders broke his finger, right?
Yeah, the Raiders.
Somebody's helmet. Yeah. You know what? I don't think he's gonna. We'll see. There's nothing to gain by putting him out there. Kyle's not crazy about preseason games anyway. I can't imagine him going over one quarter with the starters.
Yeah, hopefully not. But the thing that worries me is the center and the right tackle. To be honest, those are the only 2 positions in the offensive line that worries me. Yeah, Jake Brendel and Michael Ginty is out for I don't know how many games.
Oh, he just got Michael Ginty can be out for a little while because they're already working with McKivitz over there now. Because Mike's got a plate. What do we call that? What they do with the area with the knee, plasma injection into his knee. So plasma-rich injection or something like that. Anyway, he just had that done again. He's had that done every year. I thought his quad was a problem. Why did Mike have something done about that knee while he was getting done? Anyway.
I don't know. But I heard that Cody McKivitz looks bad or something. I don't know if that's true.
Trent Williams, he likes Poe. I love the way he talks about McKivitz. McKivitz doesn't. If McKivitz gets beat on one play, he blames himself tremendously. And he comes back and he makes adjustments. McKivitz is the biggest dude not named Trent Williams and Aaron Banks. So, let's see what he can do.
Yeah, but I'll just talk about, people being worried and stuff about, the quarterback and stuff. Honestly, I don't really care about the backup quarterback, to be honest, because look, you think I'm not comparing Trey to these quarterbacks. You think what's it called? The Green Bay Packers or what?
Jordan
the
Love?
Chargers.
Who was the Chargers?
I mean,
backup?
I don't know. Who. I think Easton
right?
Stick. I think, yeah. None of these teams care about the backup quarterbacks because look, the starter. If the starter goes down,
everybody's
their
in
team
trouble
is
on every
basically.
team.
Yeah, that's why. So injury could happen at any time to these quarterbacks, and everyone's.
Yeah, and damn it, they do.
Yes.
See, hey, but Jay, that's why you got to be careful about not letting a guy like Brock Purdy get away. I got a feeling Brock Purdy, with some time, is going to be kind of special. Because I'm not really crazy about Stafford. He's okay. He's not as bad as I thought he was last year. But Brock is cheap. And when you get those kind of guys, there's no telling how good or bad they may be. When you're drafted last in the draft, it was due to disrespect and the fact that he's 6'1". If he was 6'3", I guarantee you that's a second or third round pick at the worst.
Yeah. He's 6'1"?
That's all he is. He still looks down on Russell. He can still rest his elbows on. But he can still rest his elbows on Russell Wilson's head, though.
Yeah.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
Yeah, but
look, we got two guys like that.
Poe,
too. Go
ahead. I want to make this prediction. I know it's too early, but I'm about to say Trey's going to have like 33 passing touchdowns and an extra 5 rushing touchdowns, Ronbo. That's what I'm going to say.
Only 5 rushing
touchdowns? I mean, yeah. I don't know. And, he's going to have 3,800 passing yards and 400 rushing yards, to be honest.
All right.
That's what prediction. And he's going to throw 11 interceptions. Keep the receipts because, I think that's going to happen this year. I know people are going to say, oh, it's his first year of starting and stuff, but I don't really care about that, I think he's going to overcome those things. There's going to be ups and downs, but, once he's going to get better.
Yeah, and what I don't want is for him to get frustrated, and that can ruin a young quarterback. Because right now, Fred and his boys are out there. They're kind of beating him up. I just don't want him to take that too seriously. Keep working, keep doing what you do. Don't be fearful. Damn the interceptions. I've been getting mad about this for 2 years. People wrote a song about Jimmy G's INTs in practice. I said, you know what? Damn it. If you're not going to try anything, then you're not going to grow. Nobody want to hear. I said, have you ever played any football? Stop. So, this is why when Trey throws an INT, I am not pushed out of shape. Because more than likely, he was doing something that he might not do normally. But he's got to try to see if it's there. You got to work.
Yeah. One last thing, Ronbo, before I go. What's it called? I think against those teams, those AFC teams, I think they're going to stop our run, and we're going to have to rely on Trey, to be honest with you.
Listen.
I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, but nobody's going to stop
Ronbo, I don't know.
Now, Trey's going to be fine.
Yes, they
nobody's
are,
going to stop
Ronbo.
us from running. No, they're not.
They're going to.
Jay,
Look, here's what.
I'm going to be looking for you after every game. Trey! Jay, how many yards we get on the ground?
Those teams are good. Okay. I mean, those teams are good, Ronbo, but whatever. Okay. You have a good one.
We need a better offensive line, though. You're right. I don't know. We'll see. Jay, I'm coming back tomorrow. Yeah, I want some feel on how you think that we're going to do in that first quarter of football. And we'll see you tomorrow. Hey, Clarence. I don't know what happened, Jake. Hey, Clarence.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Clarence.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. I just got you telling Jay that we will run. Nobody's going to stop us from running. You know, one thing we got, Clarence, is our running back, our offensive line, they don't block, protect, worth a you-know-what. But when it comes to running, Kyle gets these guys because they can run block. Can you see a big monster like Poe with his athleticism out there next? Well, I don't know if Michael McGlinchey's going to play or not, but McKivitz could probably run block as well. I see road graders all over that offensive line. Now they're gonna get the quarterback killed if he sits back in that pocket waiting to throw. But Kyle's already getting smart. Jimmy had his best year when he had Jimmy rolling out of the pocket and throwing on a run. Best year. He was over 100 every game. And then all of a sudden Kyle says, Jimmy, I want you to stand right there in the center. These guys are going to provide all the protection you need. I want you to just sit there and scale that field and take your shots. No, Kyle. No. Yeah, I know we're not supposed to question Kyle Shanahan, the savant of the trade, but he sometimes does things that make you scratch your head. So, Clarence, let me stop and let you go. I'll start preaching.
So let's talk about this for a second. Okay. Trey is ultimately still he's a rookie starting his first season.
True.
He's going to take lumps. So you got to let him take his lumps. You got to let him learn. You can't just unless he's like that. You got to let him take his lumps, let him learn.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a complete team under him. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, offensive line still a little questionable spots there, but in general, it's not like it's a complete sieve. That there's not talent there that can be molded into a good offensive line. But saying that, a complete team under him, so he'll be fine. Let him mature into the position naturally, using his natural skills, his natural abilities, both physical, mental, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. As far as the defense, we already know they already know they know themselves that the dogs. They know themselves that they're a top 5 defense. We have on this defense players on each level of that defense, defensive line, linebackers, secondary, in the top 100 this year. So there should be there, it's suffice to say that, Trey is under duress. He's, he has to think faster because he's playing against every day of practice.
Which is he's only going to benefit. It's good for him. Yeah.
Yes, it is good for him. It's good for him to make mistakes. That means he's trying to get the ball into a spot where he knows he needs to get it into. Our guys just know the playbook.
And Clarence, this is something I've been talking about for years, Clarence. A lot of times people think it's all about the quarterbacks. It's all. Listen, receivers have a job as well. When he comes off of that snap, they've got to get through coverage, and they've got to get to a position where they can make that play. Everybody knows where the play is going. It's called throwing the receiver in. And granted, Jimmy threw something. I said maybe he should, Jimmy, because you're going to punish the receiver. Don't do that. And that's why I'm saying, there are times it's not just a one-way street. When the mistakes are made, it involves Shanahan, too, for making that call. You knew that receiver was having trouble with that coverage. Don't call that play. Okay, go ahead.
Right, but then again, it's one of those things where, quarterback doesn't have that, he doesn't have that other guy open. He's going to have to throw to the, where he can
find. Sometimes time is up, though.
What he can throw that person open. And as you've seen in these preseason games, I'm sorry, I didn't mean go ahead.
No, I was saying, Clint, here's the thing. If you got your bread and butter receiver, pretty much every quarterback in the league has that. You know, you just trust that one guy, and sometimes your judgment gets clouded by that, and you insist on waiting on that guy when, like you're saying, there's this guy who's open, this guy's open, this guy's open. Just get rid of it on this player. Abort the play, do something, but don't stand there and take a sack or anything like that. Oh, it's tough being a quarterback.
Right, exactly.
It really is.
And it seems like Trey, like I said, in the one game that he played, he is not looking to run. He is looking to pass. And he's like, run is the per se the last resort if you can't find the guy open or throw the guy open or whatever the case may be.
And that's what Kyle wants.
And he's learning how to slide. So that's all we got to ask for that, right? I mean, he's not going to get his head knocked off every time he decides to run.
Yeah.
So but like I said, a top 5 elite defense, top 100 players on all 3 levels of that defense.
Mm-hmm.
If you have that defense, you are against every day. You know you're not going to always get the best of that defense. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things.
And I just want the offense to realize that and know that you're going to get a vacation as soon as Sunday gets here. You know what I'm saying, Pats? Oh, God. I'm so sick of our defense. Now let's go play some football.
Like,
God.
Exactly. It's like, oh, wow, this guy's really open. Wham.
We're coming to get you,
I don't
Chicago.
Have Nick Bosa. I don't have Kinlaw coming down. I don't have Armstead. I don't have all these cats coming down my throat.
Can you imagine?
It's like I can relax in the pocket and just throw.
And Trey is no small man. Can you imagine his eyes getting big as soon as he's seen Kinlaw coming through there? Guys are falling off of him. He's growling and doing all the stuff that he does. You know what? As a 22-year-old kid, that's got to be really a frightening experience. As a grown-ass man, that's a frightening experience.
That's what you get paid. What you get paid as a quarterback. And
keep my name out your mouth. Keep my name out your mouth. Oh my God!
I can't wait. I can't wait for Thursday to see I don't know if the actual starting defensive line is actually going to play
a few minutes
Thursday. But if they do, I'm poor Mr. Mills.
Yeah. And I saw him play the other day.
It's going to be
man.
But I wanted to shout out to the Rev. Glad you're back, my friend.
Yeah.
Shout out to Papa Dragon for all his insight and his insider info regarding our team. Shout out to Chill Pill Phil.
I knew you were going to say chill.
With his insight and his
ability to calm people down.
He's a ticket holder, and his ability to calm people down. Amen. That's one shout out to you and your production team.
Thanks, Clarence.
For everything you do.
Thank you.
I know I got to go, so I'm gonna let you do your thing, and I appreciate it. God bless you, sir.
Back at you, fam. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, Phil. Phil, see, we call his names.
Tomorrow. That's right.
All right.
I might get in there tomorrow. Then take care.
All right, you too, fam. And let's bring in Emilio, who, by the way, I just saw Van flash through the chat. Emilio is not really. If there were no Rams on the planet, Emilio would be just fine. There are some things that Cowboys fans have done in the past, and Emilio's gotten over now to turn his attention toward L.A. Hey, Emilio. I can sense your sincerity when you come out and get a hold of people, too. See, because we don't need to be getting mad at the Hawks no more. They don't have no.
You know how I used to tell you I hate Steelers fans? I think Rams are topping that now.
Wait, who? Steelers?
Steelers fans used to be bad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're horrible.
Yeah,
they're
true.
horrible.
Yeah,
but now it's starting to get the Rams fans. They would talk all this, but they would sound like Seattle fans. Oh, we keep beating you. And I'm like, one Super Bowl? Seriously?
One game in the last few years. I mean, that's what's so annoying.
And now we're getting the Rams fans. Oh, you guys. Now they talk because you guys got a Super Bowl. That is They've been They've
Damn
been
it,
in the league as long as they've been in the league as long as we have.
And they got one.
Since
I'm not giving them
1946,
St.
they
Louis.
only have two. You guys only have 2 Super Bowls since 1946, and you're talking this much shit. Like, are you serious? Cut that shit out.
Was there
just
television
won
in
your first one in
1946? See, that's exactly what I'm talking. That's why I try to get Van to explain and justify him making that kind of remark.
And this is literally the first one in LA. Literally, Jerome Bennett got traded when he was with the Rams and won the Super Bowl.
With the Steelers.
Like, come on, man. Like, he was finna retire, but he was I got traded to the Steelers. You know what? I'm
ready to play some ball now. Bring that bus into Pittsburgh.
They're a Super Bowl team. You couldn't do it, right? He liked the Rams. He was like, you know what? I'm going to, finally I got traded. Now I'm gonna win the Super Bowl. Are you guys serious? Like, come on now. Give me something to talk about.
That's why why in San Francisco when you hear same old sorry ass Rams, this is a phrase that's on T-shirts. It's on various paraphernalia that you see 49ers. You know, it's just a fact.
And to look at it, like I said, there's no Ram fans in LA. That's another thing. What do you got? Come on now. All the Ram fans that were out there turned Niner fans because you guys couldn't win the Super Bowl and you guys left. Come on now. Like, stop talking. Just stop it. You guys won the Super Bowl. Congratulations. How long did it take you?
It's always those kind of teams. When the Cowboys and Steelers win, even they're not so obnoxious. But you get the Hawks, and now here come the Rams.
And
Cardinals fans tried to talk a minute, but they couldn't.
That other Cardinal sorry fan that be coming out here.
Sean?
You never won the Super Bowl. You got whoever his name is, that other one that be Cardinals fan that be coming out here talking crap. I'm like, come on, now.
They come to the biggest
you guys
houses.
got kicked. The Cardinals got kicked out of St. Louis. They couldn't win nothing there.
That's right. There was 2 Cardinal teams in St. Louis, the St. Louis Cardinal baseball and football team, and one moved out.
They kicked out the Cardinals, and they brought the Rams over because they wanted this football team. Anyway, how are you, Ronbo? I had to get it off my chest.
What?
How are you? I had to get that off my chest.
I'm doing all right. I'm
getting tired of Rams.
Well, I noticed that, Emilio, and I hope you feel better. Because they've moved in. Apparently, they brought their clothes and they hung them in the closet. But because we got to put up with this for another 3 to 4 weeks. I suspect that the Rams' time for talking trash will end at about week 3 to 4. Because the reality of their situation is going to come clear for one of our teams anyway between now and then. They're either going to get worse or they're going to be quiet. Because you notice we don't see a lot of Raider fans running off in here yet. The Hawks have left a long time ago. And even what's his name, the Cowboy fan? I forgot his name. I haven't seen him so long.
I don't want to hear the Cowboy fan because they lost a whole bunch of players. Hey, Ron, now that you talk about the Cowboys, have you seen that new commercial with Dak Dak and the housewife?
Wait a minute. This was on. I think I saw something like that. What is it? What is he talking about?
Well, you know, have you seen those commercials where they had baseball and Ghostbusters mixed together?
Yeah, I've seen those.
One?
Yeah.
Okay, so now they got a new one with Dak and the housewife. It's hilarious. Dak is getting, I forget. I don't know if it's Xfinity or what it is, but it's hilarious. Dak is getting sacked. He's throwing interceptions.
Wait.
Whoa,
I did see that. I saw the end of it. Now that you mentioned it,
you gotta look it up and you gotta watch it. It is hilarious. I was messing.
They're good at doing them commercials, man. That's
oh boy,
the comedy
that
writers.
one's hilarious.
And there's so many guys you can write comedy about in the NFL that that they cooperate with it. It's funny because if I'm Dak, I think y'all ain't gonna do me like that. Come on, Dak, we're gonna give you X amount of dollars. All right.
No, I wouldn't have done it either. They made him look bad. He was getting sacked. He was getting Like I said, he's over there mad. He's throwing interceptions. I said, man, at least make him look good. Because when they made the Serena one, they made it look good. They made the baseball one, they made it look good. Him, they just made him look bad all the way around.
Yeah, and they got paid. And like also Kyler Murray, that commercial where he's throwing all over the locker room, but hit everywhere but hitting the right place. And when he hit the water on that dude in the shower, man, I couldn't stop laughing, man. Oh, the water turned.
That was fun. I give him that. That was funny. But no, the one with Dak, they just making Dak look horrible. Like seriously, like he's just a horrible quarterback and he's not worth nothing.
$40 million. $40 million. You know, anyway, we gotta go, fam. I'll tell you what, I'll look for you tomorrow. We can make some predictions. You can tell. You're telling me those feeling better.
Just one other thing, you know, that whole thing with Trey, you know, it happens with Jimmy. It's all good. They have one hell of a defense.
Yes.
Just relax. You know what?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you now. We're gonna win the division and we're going to the Super Bowl. That's simple.
All right.
We're gonna be representing the Super Bowl.
And we should.
Get your popcorn ready. Yeah.
All right, video.
Trey's gonna be a MVP candidate. Get
there
your
you
popcorn
go.
ready.
And he should.
All right.
All right, fam.
All right,
have a great
good
night.
night, sir.
Tomorrow. All right. And it's Shabazz time. Shabazz. Well, if Shabazz is at work, I love when he's at work. And you hear some things he's saying to people that are trying to get past him. And Shabazz is a big dude. I don't know why anybody would even try him. I mean, we've all dealt with bouncers.
Ronbo.
Hey, Shabazz.
What's
man?
going on, man?
Yeah,
I was just waiting on my turn.
You know, because a
I
lot
ain't
of
doing
people.
nothing but playing a little man.
No, all right. Yeah, you know, a lot of people are. Writers didn't even know what to say today. It was pretty funny about what's going on in practice. And I think that Trent Williams came out and made clear, look, man, y'all need to. This is why we work out, so we can make improvements. It's not to be critiqued. As soon as I said something about Texas boy, he shows up. It's not to be critiqued with a red pen by anybody. Let these people work out.
Everybody's going to go crazy after this next preseason game because I think Shanahan will go out here and be as vanilla bean as possible.
Yeah.
Call no type of plays to get nobody injured. Mm-hmm. And if we lose this preseason game, everybody going to freak out.
Yep.
They're going to freak out.
Yeah.
You called it right. You know? What's wrong with Trey Lance? He can't get nothing right. Who's going to put anything on tape week 3? Ronbo, I told you before week 1 of the preseason, Shanahan was going to put Trey Lance and Danny Gray on tape. This week 3 is going to be the most vanilla game. Mm-hmm. Everybody going to call in after the game. We looking bad, Ronbo. I don't know. What's wrong?
And Shabazz, no matter how much you try to educate those people, they're not listening. They don't want. They just. No, they're not listening.
They're not listening because Shanahan is a run first coach. Trey Lance is not going to pass the ball 30 times.
Nope.
I don't know what's wrong.
I don't know why people keep thinking that. They thought, we're going to open the game up. What does that mean to you? We're going to throw the ball all day. Downfield. Every other shot. Downfield. Look, man, y'all get a book. Read about the game of football in 2020 at least. We don't just be throwing the ball downfield all day. You'll get your ass picked.
Oh, that's insane. You get picked, right. Why is he going to do some madness like that?
He ain't.
That don't make no good sense. None, Ronbo. None. But you know what? Hey, who is me and you to tell these people? Because they know every God bless them.
Hey,
so
man.
I ain't going to mess with them.
Yeah. They'll see. And then when we win the game, and we'll explain it to them then. Look, that game was methodically won. Why? By intelligent play calling. The offensive did what it did to put themselves in position to get that to happen and that to happen. Listen, before I explain anything further to that individual, I'd say, listen, get a book, read about the game of football, see how it works, and this will better help you understand Kyle Shanahan's offense.
But you know what? That's right, Ronbo. Because you're expecting people to be rocket science. Making Crustables and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So they know nothing about football. So you can't expect that from these people, Ronbo. It ain't fair and it ain't right.
And Shabazz, I feel bad for arguing with those folks. I get drawn into some conversations with people like that. And then afterward, I feel just more stupid before I came into the conversation because I was in that conversation. I'm learning, though. I quit.
This game for me is expected to lose. I don't want to win this game. It's the preseason, fellas. We won 2 preseason games. What is wrong with y'all? Shanahan understands the psychological edge of Trey Lance and getting these guys ready. They need to get a perceived loss. It's a loss that don't count. A loss that ain't even going on your record. So you go into the regular season hungry. So think about this. If you win 5 games for every 1 loss this season, that means you'll end up winning 14, 15 games.
And it seems to come out like that all the time. True.
Yeah. Why would you? I don't understand any of these 49ers fans. I don't want none of the starters to go out and give no effort. Get out of there healthy. Get out of there safe. Right. Don't get hurt. We ain't got to look. If Lance overthrow you, you ain't got to dive. If he overthrow you, it ain't no regular season game. Playoffs ain't on the line.
Don't be diving.
That's okay for him to throw 6 interceptions in practice. We talking about practice? Look, I have to remind these people of Allen Iverson, one of the greatest basketball players ever played.
Yeah.
You know, he's an NBA first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
We talking about practice.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know who these people is. These are people that follow Grant Cooper, and they ain't got nothing else better to do with their day than to listen to garbage.
You know what? I like Grant. I really do. But I wish he would stop doing it. He perpetuates that to some degree, too. He comes out and amplifies every mistake as if that was definitive of the ball player. You know what? That's... Oh, Grant, you're out there watching practice. You see what's going on. Why do you condemn it and make a player look like he's a complete jerk? Don't do that. He does it.
Ronbo, somebody's got to be an idiot, and he does it for the views. Now, see, like yourself, like Raj, guys that do it, you understand it's practice. Like, come on, man. Stop with this madness. Stop with this foolishness. Your mama taught you better than that. Come on, man. Just like me, I was in the military, Ronbo. I'm going to go get mad because somebody shot me in the leg in practice and I didn't really get shot.
Yeah.
It was a little pain.
Yeah.
I didn't get shot when I was down range. You're going to be okay. Calm down, sweetheart.
Exactly.
You're going to be all right.
And that's more serious than football. And if you don't freak out, there's no point doing that in football, especially for football.
Ain't no point out at all, but hey, you know, like Forrest said, it's like a box of chocolates. With the 49, you know what you're going to get. A bunch of whiners complaining about practice. That's why they call us that. I'm a Niner fan, but you know, that's a perfect nickname. The 49 fans cry about everything. Take it on the chin and keep rocking and rolling, boys and girls.
Yeah. And wait till the regular season before you come down hard with the real criticism. You know, we can talk about what goes on in practice, but don't go taking it too deep.
How about let's reevaluate the whole thing after the first 6 games, and if we end up 5-1, if somebody tell me the 49ers are gonna be 5-1 after 6 weeks, then shut y'all mouths and be quiet. But, you know,
yes. You know, so.
You know, Ronbo, shout out to you. Shout out to production as always.
Thanks.
Shout out to my boy Lee and Cal. Shout out to my people in Memphis. And man, bang, bang, not
See what you did? You made Shabazz tired. Shabazz! Have a great night, fam. I'll be looking for you. Enjoy your game there. And I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you got some time so we can talk about what's getting ready to happen.
All right, Ronbo.
All right.
I will check in with you, baby.
Looking forward to it. Night, fam.
All right.
There
Good night, man.
Big Shabazz. Eric!
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Eric, we're just sitting here going over some of the things the anxieties that are pouring over people. You know what? we all do it to some degree, but we expect nothing but perfection. I don't know what we expect to hear. We want to pick up the data and say, the offense did a great job against the defense, and the defense countered by doing a great job against the offense. That's never going to happen, you know, and we need to learn to handle that. We haven't done that. Geez, I can't remember the last year we actually looked at camp, or a large majority of people looked at camp in that way. We just can't do it. You know, you go after the players you like and don't like. You know, you cheer for this guy, you cheer for this guy. Well, he even sucks anyway. You know what? That's why I got up off Trey Sermon. I didn't know he had a hurt foot. So I really feel bad about that. You never know what's really going on. But Eric, what are some of your observations on today's workout and what Trent Williams was talking about?
Yeah, well, I to me, Ronbo, this is just practice. They're practicing stuff that they're not normally going to do. I mean, I'm pretty sure they did not just go out, in one game and just put Debo in the backfield and just said, "Oh my God, that works." I'm pretty sure they experimented on that in the training camps. Then they implemented it into their offense, and then it just became a big part of the offense. I think that's what they're doing. They're finding stuff that works, finding ways to get their new players the ball. It makes too much sense. I mean, we're all sitting here complaining. Most Niner fans are.
Well, blame the
Trey
writers,
and the interceptions,
Eric.
and him being.
Yeah, you got to blame the writers.
Oh yeah,
because they don't tell you the whole story. They amplify something in order to get a rise out of you. And that's often strewed in a way where, that's not all that happened on that play, So, yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly just to get clicks. I mean, that's one of the things with the Niner fan base is we're such a big fan base, and I noticed we're on social media, we're a pretty big fan base. I've noticed that. If you look up a lot of big pages are out there of 49er fans,
and they're not even covering our team. We're over there making points. It's true, I agree. I see that all the time.
Yeah, so any negative post usually gets a lot of comments. It gets a lot of likes, especially negative comments. So it's mostly just to get clicks. I mean, again, we are probably the biggest fan base on social media, so they're obviously going to attack us. If they need clicks, they're going to go after Niner fans. I mean, especially Adam Rank. I mean, that guy every single year gets no attention. And
he's not going to do it anymore.
49ers prediction.
Yeah, after we fried him the year before last, Adam Rank has been kind.
He has us losing to the Bears week 1. That's a bunch of horseshit.
Well, that's because that's his team.
It's because it's his.
Yeah,
it's his team, but that's a bunch of horseshit. We're not losing to
better.
The Bears. The Bears are. Yeah, the Bears are probably the worst roster in football. Around. I mean, that's how bad.
That's no true. He's not exaggerating. They really are. I don't know what they're doing over there.
They have no offensive line. No receivers other than one of them. I don't even know who their tight end is. I believe.
What is that?
I don't even know who their tight end is.
Yeah, see?
Exactly. And their head coach is brand new. That team is dog shit. I mean, maybe they're better than what we think, but I don't think they're better and they're gonna beat that Niners. That shit makes no sense to me. But I mean, I know there's a lot of Rams fans in the chat again. And when you win the Super Bowl, you get a lot of bragging rights, and that makes sense. I mean, when you do win the Super Bowl, fans, you don't really get anything. You just get bragging rights. Yeah. As football fans, the only thing you get when you win a Super Bowl is bragging rights.
And Eric, it's short-lived.
So I mean, the Rams have it
because if they don't defend their title properly, they're going to get in the first 2 or 3 weeks. You get a bye for the first week. You lose. You go 0-1. Okay, you go 0-2. Here we come, and it'll be quiet. Ramsville will be quiet. Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
just look at the Cardinals and what happened to them.
Yeah, true.
Exactly. I mean. Look at the Chiefs. I mean, they won the Super Bowl and then they lost, and I don't know. I can't find one. Same thing with the Bucks.
My homeboy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't even know why he exists. I see so many people on social media say that Mahomes is gonna win 5 Super Bowls. That makes no sense.
I know.
I mean, the best quarterbacks in the league don't even have multiple Super Bowls yet. I mean, Tom Brady's the only quarterback. Yeah, he's the only one in the league with multiple rings at the moment as a starting quarterback. Rodgers doesn't have any. I mean, multiple. Breeze didn't have them. I mean, I think the last QB to retire with multiple rings, I think maybe Peyton Manning, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Maybe Peyton Manning.
Because he left after Joe.
Which is
and that's the thing. Roethlisberger has how many?
Oh, yeah, I think he has 2.
Yeah.
I believe he has 2.
See, and you, Eric, we both watched Mahomes get ran off the field against Brady and company when he was with Tampa Bay, right? So you're right. It is not something you can predict, and they're already calling him the best quarterback in football. And I can say, you guys, Mahomes he's good, but do we need to call him the best quarterback in football? God.
Yeah, I mean, and I see a lot of those predictions, and those predictions, they take the context out of the equation. They just look at the player and they just assume, oh, this player is really good, so he'll win a lot of Super Bowls. Mahomes just lost Tyreek Hill. I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to be bad.
No, but that's going to hurt.
That offense is going to take a little bit of a – yeah, it's going to hurt. I mean, he's had Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and he's had them for so long, and all of a sudden that's going to be gone.
And Tyreek is a sudden death kind of guy, too, on a defense, too.
Oh,
He'll come up big suddenly like that, and he used to do it all the time. So –
yeah, defensive coordinators have to take special care of that player. They have to take extra time into, defending that player, game planning for him.
And now they don't take
have
that weapon away,
and
all of a sudden you're going to continue like you did.
Exactly.
In that case, what was the point of having him? You didn't have to pay him all that money you paid him a couple of years back. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember a lot of Chiefs fans in the comment section acting like they were going to be a dynasty and they were going to be together for so long. Well, that team is already splitting apart really quickly. They already lost Tyrann Mathieu. And the Rams are next, Ronbo. The Rams are next.
Oh, they're immediately.
The Rams are next.
Because they were on thin ice to begin with. I mean, how they got away.
Yeah, I mean, I remember earlier Phil talking about Nick Bosa. Who would you rather have over Aaron Donald? Yes, you'd rather have Nick Bosa. Aaron Donald is probably the best player in football, but he is older, and he literally just contemplated retirement. I mean, why the hell would you want a player that
got talked back into it?
Making that decision right now. Yeah. Exactly. You'd have to talk him back into it. Nick Bosa is just getting into the prime of his career. He looks like a defensive player already. Defensive player of the year, sorry.
Dude is
he's gonna be really good for years to come. And Aaron Donald probably has maybe 3-4 years left in him.
Maybe. I give him 2 at the most. Because if they lose this year, Donald's gonna quit next year. Anyway, Eric, let me. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about what we plan on happening on Thursday, like we love to do.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, appreciate you, Eric. Always.
All right, I'll catch you later.
Looking forward.
See you.
And there he is. My dog. Ooh. 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 That's that. You know that dog late at night when you're trying to sleep. Ooh. 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 That damn dog, where is he at? Owen! It's not the dog's fault. There's usually a filly running around, and she's in heat, and he knows, and y'all got him locked up. Ronbo, let's get back to football. Okay. Howard! I'm sitting there raking over the situation we got in camp. And for the most part, I think people were expecting a different camp. I think we do every year. And when we hear the reports that we're susceptible to from the beat writers, we tend to take them to heart, not having a full knowledge of how the game works and how practice works. If you've never attended practice, then, of course, you don't understand when the writer says this and that. It isn't like exactly what most people are thinking. So, Howard, Trent Williams came out and told people, look, it's a process, y'all. Chill out. So, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I got to react. Got to relax because everybody's overreacting. This is a reactive fan base. Anything that's being said, Kyle says, Jimmy may stay on the team or not. Who cares? Like, everybody overreacts for one little thing. That doesn't mean it's going to happen.
It's not going to affect your life in particular. That's right. Wow, you chill out.
And
they're not going to tell you everything. They don't. They just don't.
Other things involved. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why does everything always have to be perfect every single day? It's not going to be perfect.
That's not even real life, period. Who has perfection on a daily basis? None of us can make that claim, except for Tom Brady. Tom's life is just peaches and cream. You know what? If I could come back in another line, I'd come back in the next dimension as Tom Brady. That man has just had a wonderful life, except for the last year in New England, where him and Belichick got into it.
Well, he did have a 10-year gap where he didn't win a championship. So.
Yeah.
That part. Nobody says that. But.
Yeah, and up there crying, that famous photo where he's just crying his eyes out in front of that camera. So I can say that's all been great.
Yeah, man. But again, everybody just got us to learn. You know, our fans passionate. They want to win so bad. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Everything is not going to be peaches and cream, and just because some of our guys on offense are struggling or are not getting off on this defense, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing for the defense. I would rather see that. You know what I'm saying? If the defense was getting their ass cooked, I would be worried as hell.
And I never thought about that up until recently, but you're right. That can't be, because that means they're going to get cooked every day, and all during the season, most likely.
Right. So it's not like we got crappy ass receivers. You know what I'm saying? These guys are talented. They're top notch. You got best tight end. You got Deebo Samuel, and it's just crazy.
We got such a balanced arsenal of offensive. The wide receiver room, there's nothing missing anymore. You got speed, you got quickness, and those two guys. Then you got power and Deebo. You got finesse and Ayuk. You got a combination of every damn thing a receiver can do in George Kittle. There is just no weakness in that game. I can't wait to see these guys in action.
Right. And one thing's for certain, everybody's defense ain't like the 49ers defense. So every defense is not going to have every defense is not going to have Travarius Ward, Emmanuel Mosley, Jimmy Ward, Nick Bosa, Javon Kinlaw, Warners. You're not going to see all those guys on every team. You're not.
You know what? Think about a defense you think could the Chargers defense may be in the same class with the 49ers. But everybody else, they may have a good frontline defense, but they don't have quite the depth, and there's holes in their secondary that could be considered weaknesses compared to the 49ers defense. The 49ers defense, people think man, y'all need to get over yourself. No, I'm just saying, you look at our defense, it's not like everybody else. I think we don't need to get over ourselves. I think we're right this time. I got Raider fans in my family, you can tell. Y'all need to get over yourself. Get over yourself. Y'all need to get over yourself. And I can't wait to play that ass. What, you go get an ass? Listen, I got my brother, I got a sister, and I got some else that I haven't made a bet with. $100 right now. And make it easy on yourself. We can go higher. We get into these kind of conversations about the Raider game coming up the end of the year. I can't wait. Oh, that's going to be real emotional.
Yeah, you're going to win that one. You're going to win that one.
Ooh.
You're going to win that one.
Know it.
There's no way you're going to lose that one. You know what I'm saying? So, what we going to do when it comes to the Chiefs, when it comes to the Broncos, and the Chargers? Yeah. Now we're going to beat the Raiders. Ronbo, do you feel confident, my brother?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I want to hear.
Oh, against us,
you was worried
AFC West?
beginning of camp, though. You was sweating beginning of camp about it.
I'm still sweating, but you know what? I'm going 2-2 because, like you said, I've already committed against the Raiders now with beating us. No, I'm going 2-2, fam. I don't know which one. I'm worried about the Chargers, as I mentioned. I mentioned them once already, didn't I? That team is just, oh my God. They got everybody on that team that they just don't need to have. Okay, I'm going to succeed to the Chargers right now because I got a feeling Herbert's got a little more. He's got a little more experience. The coach has probably learned from some stupid things he did last year. I suspect they're going to dominate that division. We could beat the Broncos. Flip a coin on the Chiefs. We could easily go 3-1.
All right. And you have the Chargers beating us out of them?
Yeah, when we play the Chargers, man, I'm going to be a nervous wreck. Because, oh, man.
Why?
I respect that team. My God.
I respect them, but I'm not as scared as them. I'm not afraid of them as much as the Broncos. The Chargers, nah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not afraid. I'm not really afraid of the Broncos, but they
Just
do have
wrestle.
a strong secondary. They do have a strong secondary.
Oh, I forgot about they picked up that kid from the draft. Yeah. Howard, it's too. No, let's finish this tomorrow, and because this is a conversation we could go on all night. Let me see you tomorrow, Howard. All right.
All right, big dog.
Night, fam.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You too. Yeah, I'm admitting to you now, fam. I'm a little concerned about the Chargers. That's just too damn much. I mean, Derwin James stays on that field all year long. Oh man. Everybody's talking about Buffalo. They better look out for the Chargers. Hey, Austin, Cowboy fan.
What's happening, wrong goat?
Austin, we're sitting back here having fun with. This is time to have fun. Before the season starts. So, just looking at some things, we're making predictions and looking at our own practice. And, beat writers are always setting things up so they – and, a beat writer's job is to make sure that he gets conversations going and throws a lot of wood on that fire so it can really get high. And it works. They're good at what they do.
You're telling me, Ronbo,
Yeah.
The Cowboys are the epitome of it. Cowboys and 49ers were the epitome of it.
That's because we've been winning. We're traditionally, both teams got a solid history, and the big things are expected, and we're just food for those guys.
We help pay the bills, I guess.
As you know, when the Cowboys, the Patriots, all the perennial teams that have built the NFL and made it what it is. You look at the Cowboys, you look at the Steelers, you look at the Patriots. You even to a degree, you actually do look at the Rams because they've got a number of Hall of Famers. When you look at some of the running backs and defensive players they've had, there's no. The Rams with that Larson, Eller, Marshall. That's the Vikings. That's another team. The Rams had what was that Rams frontline defense called? Anyway, names like Merlin Olsen. These teams have had guys that have made what the NFL is to what it is. They set the standards, right? So, this is why you look at the Cardinals. They've impressed really nobody. Nobody talks about the Cardinals in the same vein with the teams that I just mentioned. Until recently, the Hawks were in nobody's prestigious conversation. So, that's why we will always get the flack. It's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is, Ronbo.
Mm-hmm.
But, Ronbo, Cam's looking good. Dak is feeling good about his receiving corps.
Is he?
He said he's expecting big things out of this receiving corps. He said, we got CD, who's going to have a big year, he thinks. He said Noah Brown, Jalen Tolbert, our third-round pick. Said it's going to be a hidden gem from the draft. He said everything's looking good, and I sure hope so, Ronbo, because God only knows our defense can only do so much.
That's a good point. You can't have your defense on the field all day. I don't care how good they are. If they're out there too long, they're going to finally get exploited. That's a good point. That's the same with my ball club. We have to. That's why I used to love when Kyle Shanahan used to run the ball all day and have a team's tongue hanging out in the fourth quarter. You see, that a lot of people don't like that. They want those big splash plays. They want that big downfield shot and score quickly. Well, that's great. I don't mind having that. What I do, though, want is for that other team to get worn out. I want that clock time possession to be all red and gold with a little bit for the other team. That way I know we had full control of that game from beginning to ending.
Which, Ronbo, I don't know if you're in the same boat when it comes to this, but I'm a little worried when it comes to our running game this year because our offensive line, I just don't know if they're going to hold up. I don't know if you feel the same way.
I don't know what my offensive line has to offer right now. I don't see any reason to get excited about them just yet. I think because we've got Trent Williams, on the left side, we all rest with this false sense of security. We're going to need more than Trent Williams. Aaron Banks needs to use that big form of his to take advantage of other people. If you're going to be that big, then use that size. We have a concern at center with Brindle. The right guard spot is actually, I kind of believe in the right guard spot. That might be, you know what, the left tackle and right guard, even if it's Poe, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Michael Ginch's having knee situations going on again, along with what he just recovered from a quadricep muscle surgery last year. So, yeah, I think most teams around the league, who do you think has the best offensive line in the NFL right now?
Probably. Oh, that's a tough one,
isn't it?
I mean, because you could throw the Saints in there.
Oh, yeah, they got a decent offensive line. You got to rethink a long time, though, don't you? I cannot think of another team that's talking about their offensive line is going to dominate. You once had that. You once had one of the legendary offensive line a few years ago, and it made me mad. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. And Ronbo, the only thing that I'm comfortable with on our line right now is right guard Zach Martin. And everybody else is a question mark for me. Like I forget his name, but he's got a lot of neck injuries, and those are something serious. And I'm afraid he takes one wrong hit, he's done.
Yeah, you got a neck injury. You can't play high school football really well, let alone the NFL. That could be paralysis at any time, and a doctor will tell that guy, you know, you're about a hit away from being in a wheelchair. So it's your choice. I'm just letting you know. And of course, that guy, all I know what to do is play football. You know, it's sad, isn't it?
But yeah,
awesome.
But yeah, Ronbo. But like our offensive line has 3 rookies on it. It's all a big mess.
Don't feel bad though.
But
Also,
anyway,
I tell you, I'll be back tomorrow though. All right.
God bless. Go Cowboys, Ronbo.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Good luck to you, Austin. Have a good night. Hey, Casey. Casey.
Yeah, what show's the Rumble?
Hey, Casey, we're sitting here watching Marking Process. Ronnie lot feared Jim Everett. I don't know that. See, this is the thing we got to go through until the season starts with fans from other teams. They've got to say things that are emphatically incorrect. If we had to sit here and read it, it would do better not to read it. But anyway, Casey, the panic around the Atlanta Empire is about what's going on, and Trent Williams came out today and tried to calm everybody down. He didn't go as far as Aaron Rodgers and start spelling out the word relax, but he did say, we're in work in progress, and we've got Kyle Shanahan for our offensive coordinator. That's number one. And number two, adjustments will be made. Are you feeling that confident?
Yeah.
Because you got the best defense probably in the NFL right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, minus Lake and Tomlinson leaving, I don't see the Niners getting worse.
Well, you got
anywhere.
You got Alex Mack left too, and I really, that's such a question.
Yeah,
mark.
but
I don't know with the offensive line, I just don't know what to think.
That guy had that guy had a sweaty butt, Ronbo.
Everybody hates a sweaty butt,
what?
Man.
Yeah, I mean.
I guess how'd you come up with that, man? How did you think about Alex perspiring heavily from his back area?
Because it was the first play of the season last year, Ronbo.
There's a pool of water at the center position, and Jimmy can't catch the ball. Hey, was that against Detroit or Philly?
Yeah.
That Alex snapped the ball
Detroit.
and water was everywhere, and the ball was flying around. God.
Week 1.
Ah.
They won 41-33 versus
Splash.
the Lions.
Water everywhere. Alex, wear a diaper. Because he told people about that. That's why he had that towel hanging. It wasn't just a towel. It was like a bath towel hanging off his pants for Jimmy.
He couldn't hide it.
No.
Well, team, I have something I got to talk to you about today.
Yeah, let's leave Alex's butt alone.
Come to my attention that I can't hide perspiration from my.
But you know what? I'd rather have that sweaty butt center back as opposed to Jake Brindle and God knows Brunskill at center. I want a guy that really can handle that spot. It's really important in Kyle's offense, as we all know.
Yeah, and does Brunskill do anything great? No. So what are they going to do?
Hey, but Casey, I got to tell you, I just want to say one thing about that, though. What he does do is a lot of things well. He doesn't do them great, but he's well, and we need that.
Ronbo, that's why that comment was so funny to me. Like this guy Dan Brunskill, he's probably worth like $15, $20 million. He's been to 2 NFC championships, and here we've got some idiot from Northern Europe or whatever just saying like. Does Brunskill do anything great?
I tell you, I hated to laugh when I read that.
Brunskill's probably worked his whole life to be an offensive lineman. And then we've got this, stock trader or insurance salesman, whatever this guy is, just completely tearing down poor Dan Brunskill, who doesn't have a ring. I hope this team gets a ring, Ronbo, so badly.
I do, just some Brunskill. Where's that guy
at? No, there's so many players on this team that are so good. It's like
because it was running back and forth on Twitter, and that guy came up with that, and I had to laugh. I said, that's just
like
cold.
Leave Brunskill alone.
Yeah. T-shirts ought to be made like that, especially if we win the Lombardi, we got to have a Brunskill T-shirt, but. Does Brunskill do anything really great?
I just think the offensive line, if you really think about it, it's probably one of the funniest parts of the NFL because it just gets so much criticism and there's
all
not
the time.
One player that can really defend the entire it's just so you just can't really defend it's just...
and Casey, what do people say? They say what they say about the offensive line, but they still think they're going to the Super Bowl no matter what. But you know what? Mahomes went to the Super Bowl with a bad offensive line, and that's what ends up happening. So that is the most important position on the field, actually, because nothing gets going with that. Yeah. Both lines, defense and offense. They both determine the games.
It starts up front.
It does.
You gotta hike the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Against the ball. Yeah, I just love that comment about Brunskill.
I noticed that you repeat that a lot.
Yeah.
Brunskill's probably heard it by now too. I can just see him now.
It's preseason. There's not much to talk about.
The thing is, though, we're at the last game before we get serious. Yeah. I mean, tomorrow's Thursday's it. And we get serious, right? So after that, training camp, riders not going to be allowed in there every day, so they can stop getting everybody all worked up into a foam. And they're going to get down and learn some plays and learn the playbook or start executing the playbook and stuff like that. So they'll get to come in once a week, usually on Wednesdays? Yeah. They get to do their report and go home, leave people alone.
Yeah, and I feel like it's the Niners' year too, Ronbo. I feel like they're the best team going into this season, and without anything to really pick apart right now, it's kind of just daydreaming and whatnot. But I enjoy calling in and finding
and talking about Brunskill.
So. Yeah. Yeah, people like Robbie Gould and
be careful.
Whoever Javon Kinlaw's fighting and
Grant. I mean, not Grant. I'm sorry. Brian Culp, he loves Robbie and everybody on the special teams.
Who's that?
Brian Culp, he calls in a lot. And the first thing he does is start talking about the special teams play. And, we need to take the special teams play seriously as well because we lost games last year because of special teams, but we won a couple because of special teams too. So it balanced out. But just think if the Hawks wouldn't have ran and made fools out of everybody in the stadium with that one touchdown they got. And you know who got fired? Our special teams coach I believe part of the reason he got fired was because of those plays. That happened 2 or 3 times we got fooled on special teams. But the Hawks was the most devastating. A touchdown.
Yeah, well, you remember with Harbaugh, with Brad Seeley, it's like a third of the game is special teams. You got to start the game with special teams, and
Casey, we're gonna go, and I will see you tomorrow. All right.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Ronbo, they play the Texans Thursday. Huh? Yeah.
Can't wait. First thing is going to be out there a little bit. We can see him.
Oh, yeah, Ronbo, I don't know what Shabazz is saying. I don't want to win this game. Like, what does he want them to do? Like, go backwards? We can only go forward down the field, Shabazz.
No, we need to stop taking
There's
those
only
games
one way
seriously.
to go.
That was his point. All right, fam.
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, Ronbo, take it easy, bud.
You
Thanks
too.
for being here.
Night, Casey. My pleasure. And Elissa. What would a Ram bikini look like? I just realized what a Rams bikini would look like, as Marketing Pro has been accused of sleeping in one. Ellis, I have a design. I can see it in my mind. Oh, that's just nasty. Okay, and I don't mean that in a nasty way, but it was just perverted. Okay, but anyway, Ellis, what are you thinking here, man, about what's going on with the reactions coming out of camp? Because most people want to trade and go from day one of training camp to day now, and having dominated the entire way. Now, if he didn't do that, there's going to be some complaints, and we're starting to seemingly hear that. I thought it was a joke. I said, "Come on, man! Of course he's not going to dominate practice every day. That's the whole point of being out there, is to learn. There's both sides of the ball. They're learning." So, but Trent Williams came out and said some things, and I wonder if people took him seriously. What are you thinking?
What was Trent saying?
Trent says
I only got to hear him talk about. I heard him talk a lot about Poe. I didn't hear him say too much.
He does
about
like him some
Strike,
Poe. No, he was asking about that. And he says, "Look, he said I'm not concerned about the offensive progression right now for a couple of reasons." I said, one, we got Kyle Shanahan running this thing.
I heard that.
And number two,
right.
we may have the best defense on the planet. So, yeah. And is there any part of that you could possibly even argue or contest? Kyle Shanahan's probably going to get a lot of flack. Everybody does not love Kyle, except for his mom, his wife, and children. But beyond that, it's probably a mixed crowd because of the fact of the way some situations have been handled that people don't know. You know how some people love to complain. So, that's why I ask opinions on this.
Well, we all get a little upset with Kyle every once in a while. Some of us more than others. For various reasons, and a lot of the stuff I used to talk about, was his ego and his different stuff like that everybody's now pretty much been talking about for a while. So it's he's his own worst enemy, as a lot of us are. But in this game, football is. You got to kind of make sure that you're out of your way as much as possible. What I watched, and they keep replaying, is that clip when John Harbaugh asked Lamar Jackson if he wanted to go for it on 4th down in one of those pivotal games against the Chiefs, and he asked the quarterback if he wanted to go for it. Kyle wouldn't do shit like that. Kyle would do what the hell he wanted to do, that's a big difference between a John Harbaugh and a Kyle Shanahan. Kyle's got to get to that point. You know what I mean? That's why, Jim Harbaugh was really such a great coach, and John has, he's the second longest tenured coach in the NFL outside of Tomlin. You know what I mean? I just, those kind of things, it shows veteranship, it shows experience, a level of humility and ability to, trust your guys in that kind of way. You know what I mean? And trust their opinion, what they suggest, because I'm leaving it up to you. Even though I'm the head coach and I run the team, I'm leaving it up to you at this point, to be able to step out of his own position to allow the starting quarterback to make the ultimate decision in a pivotal game like that. It takes, a certain type of, a special type of guy. And I'm looking for Kyle to kind of get to that point so that we can hear a lot more positive things about him, because he has he's what they say, made up of the right stuff. It's just like there's been so many games and so many important moments, pivotal moments where, Kyle, he's either shit the bed, or he's, just kind of like, I don't know. It's just, he doesn't work well under pressure in certain moments. It seems like he tried to be conservative at the wrong times and different stuff like that. So I think along with this team, I'm looking forward to seeing Kyle Shanahan take a big step moving forward in his coaching ability, so that he can be less in question. When it comes to just the overall scope, we talk about the play call and all we want, but that's offensive coordinator shit. We're talking about the coach. We're talking about you being a head coach, which covers more than just the offensive aspect of it. You know what I mean? Those are two separate duties.
Mm-hmm.
But because he's kind of wearing both jackets a little bit, but the ultimate responsibility is the head coaching thing. So I just really want to see Kyle.
And I just want to piggyback on that real quick, though, Elsie, because that's why you'll never see Kyle ask a player. Kyle sees himself as that ultimate alpha dog, and so the players are looking at Kyle because he represents a superior intelligence, and they probably feel that way as well. They look to Kyle to make those decisions because they trust him in that fashion. So that's why between Harbaugh and Shanahan, that's going to be a difference you're always going to be able to clearly see. So that's why when Debo came over and ran, give me the ball, that was unusual, during the Rams game.
And he listened that one time, and it worked.
Yeah.
So that should have been a teaching moment
for both him and the rest of the players.
Moment.
If you got something on your mind, let it go.
Yeah, I'm just, he needs to be able to have an open door. He talks about, he checks in with the guys. He's got a really great relationship. Okay, well, if I'm telling you, give me the fucking ball, give me the ball.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have been giving Raheem most of the ball in the Super Bowl, we would have won the Super Bowl.
I know,
if he would have gave Debo the damn ball when we played in the championship last year, we would have won the damn game. We'd have been in the Super Bowl. We would have beat the Bengals.
Because you can only beat Debo so many times. I agree.
But it's all this is it's a teaching moments, and as long as if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And I want to see Kyle really start to get better, because he's this is my coach, so I can be critical of him in any way I damn please, and it's strictly based on the facts. He's still, what is he, just barely over, or is he still he's under 500 or just barely over?
He's under 500.
Okay, so he's almost to 500.
Almost.
Right. So that I'm just saying he needs to. The greatness in him does not match his record. And that's a lot of it has to do with the system that he walked into. He had to revamp the whole thing. But he was bullshitting and pussyfooting around with the quarterbacks for all these years. You could fucking Brian Hoyer and all these clowns and all this shit, instead of just going to get your quarterback as soon as you came in. He knows how important the position is. Why wait that long? So I'm just saying that took away a lot of his tenure and made it to where he's got to have all these L's for that long period of time, when he's really a greater coach than that. And so he's got to just take it up a notch, and you'll see, I think we'll see an overall team, look even a whole lot better, especially with the new rookie.
Ellis, we got to pull up. Because it's late night. We don't go too long. But listen, I'll be back tomorrow, and let's call out what's going to happen in that first quarter.
Man.
All right.
Yeah. No, most definitely, man. We need Poe at guard, and we need to make sure we keep Burford at guard. And I think we're going to be good on the offensive line. We're just going to need to get some depth now. I think we already know who's going to be, start on that O-line, but we just got to make sure we get some depth to supply those guys, because, once one goes out, we need replacement.
Absolutely.
And,
all right, fam. Shout out to the squad.
Right, and shout out to Emmanuel Mosley too, being back in the game. I'm looking to see E-Man get some good burn here on Thursday, Ronbo. So let's take off this this week, man.
Agreed. All right.
Shout out to the Niner faithful, man. Hit that like, subscribe, wipe your feet. You know where the F you at. And Rams worse than everybody.
Yeah. Have a good night, Ellis. And I see Chris Hagelman says, good programming. Go 49ers. Love you all, fam. Hey, thanks, Chris. Not seen you in a while. And It's Rowan Chuck Robothar. Rowan, 49ers Web Zone Writer Supreme. Come on in, Rowan.
Hey, what are you doing? How you doing, man?
Rowan, we're just combing over some of the things that are going on. And this has been a conversation that's been building up since the beginning of camp to the end. It was funny because at the beginning of camp, when it was first said, and I had made up my mind probably last year, actually, to be sure. You know what? It's always good to hear about the defense doing well in practice. It just means there's a lot of things going on in practice. You don't want to ever hear that your offense is just clobbering your defense. That means probably nobody's learning anything. So, and then we had the statement from Trent today that was excellent timing. He said, look, offense is a work in progress, and there's no reason for concern. We got for a couple of reasons. First of all, Kyle Shanahan's running things. And next, we got the doomsday defense from hell. So, it is exactly as I thought it was. It's about the defense being good. And if your defense is poor, you need to worry more so than you do if the offense is just running over them. But, Ron, you had some articles today out. Go ahead. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about Trent Williams and his comments. And in reality, the offense is a work in progress. But the other part of what Trent Williams said, will it be different when game time comes? And he said, yeah, it's going to be a lot different, not only because, first of all, in these practices, the 49ers don't game plan, which means they aren't. Absolutely. Well, obviously, you're going against the same defense day after day. You're not game planning for that certain defense, whereas in a game situation, you're going to be watching film for the first 4 days of practice rather than getting out there every single day. You're watching film as well, and you're understanding your opponent and the tendencies, and then that's where Kyle Shanahan's bread and butter comes, because that's where the play calling comes into fruition. And on top of that, I mean, this is a top defense. While there are pads, right? Today was a padded practice as opposed to yesterday was a non-padded practice. It's still not the same intensity as a game. And especially in the joint practices, you heard Brandon Ayuk allude to it last week where he thought it was a waste of time just because, the intensity isn't as high as you'd normally expect it to be. And also you could just practice against the 49ers defense in general because they are that good. And so to me, is the offense a work in progress? I saw it with my own eyes when I went to training camp. Yes. Right. However, is the offense something to worry about? I don't necessarily think so, because we have the pieces like you mentioned. You've got George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, the three main targeted players. You've got options like Ray McLeod, who's done fairly well during the preseason and done fairly well during training camp. You've got a blocking guy in Jawan Jennings, and then you've got a speedster in Danny Gray to complement your running game, which while we have a huge running back debate, it's not because there's a lack of talent at the position. It's because there's a lot of talented players.
Rod, before you go any further, give me I've backed off, but how do you feel about Trey Sermon?
Now, I'm not going to say I'm an optimist, because I don't think that's fair in my analysis, because I'm realistic, right? But I don't think it's as bad as people realize. When you talk about Trey Sermon, like, people might think he's in the doghouse. People might think he gets cut. Me personally, I'm not going to say with certainty that he doesn't get cut, because that's not true. But I think that Trey Sermon right now isn't necessarily as badly viewed in the locker room as people expect. When you saw him practice last week,
let me point out one other thing.
Go ahead.
Rowan has an observation on one of his articles about Trey Sermon and the blocking schemes and things like that. They're pretty elaborate. So, but go ahead, Ron.
Yeah,
because that has something to do with it as well.
Exactly. And the last part that I want to mention, right? Something I talked about with Trey Sermon. When you look at the game film in the preseason, the holes that were created weren't there necessarily, as opposed to other running backs where they had huge holes and they had to just make the proper read. And even sometimes they failed to do so. When you talk about the 4th and 1 last game with Tyrion Davis-Price, he bounced it instead of trying to just hit the hole and get the first down on that 4th and 1. And with Trey Sermon, the holes just haven't been there. He's been indecisive at times. That's been his main question mark. But in practice, he's been the running back one when Elijah Mitchell has been injured alongside Jeff Wilson Jr. So he has still high on the pecking order. I'll see what the pecking order is this week. And it's going to be interesting because he will finally get time with the first team offense this game. Because remember, the 49ers didn't play their first full starters that first game. They didn't have Trent Williams out there. They didn't have Mike McGlinchey out there for a long time. And so them two were out. And so you had newcomers at the tackle position.
How is his foot? Because I heard his foot was hurt, and I felt bad the other day. How's that injury? Is he going to be okay?
I'm going to tell you, and this is just my personal belief, not what I heard, but I'm going to tell you, I believe it's worse than you expect. He got a PRP injection this past week, and a PRP injection normally takes about 4 weeks to heal. Ooh. 4 weeks puts him nearly in jeopardy of week 1. Obviously, you can ramp it up, which the 49ers plan to do next week, but I don't know if Mike McGlinchey will be ready week 1. That is a question for me.
I thought that was already announced as not. He's not going to be ready. That's why they're so. McKivitz is going to be the guy. It looks like right now. That's why Kyle said he kept him out the other day, and wanted to make sure he was going to not get exposed too much. He's going to start tomorrow. Is that right?
Yeah, he's going to be the starter, and they have confidence. He's been fairly good in training camp when I've watched him. He's been the 6th best offensive lineman. McKivitz, yeah. He's been better than Brunskill, which is something that fans should know. He's been better than Brunskill, who, in my opinion, hasn't had a great camp. McKivitz has been better. He's been more comfortable, in my opinion, on the right side than the left side. He switched from left to right in the second half of training camp, and while Justin Skule has looked bad on both sides, McKivitz looks better on the right side.
Oh, poor Skule. I think, Ron, does it look like Skule is struggling? He was a better ball player before he got injured.
It's the injury, man. It's that injury because, like, when you talk about ACLs, you talk about how other position players kind of come back better from it sometimes. Yeah. Offensive linemen, though, takes a toll on you when Nick Bosa came back and was better from it, right? There's a list of players like that, but offensive linemen, those Peterson. Leg injuries, it takes a toll, man. It takes a toll. And Skule might be one player where that was the he's just a blueprint of that.
Yeah, because he wasn't easy meat like this before. I mean, he wasn't fantastic by any stretch, but he was still solid. And now, he's getting ran off the line. So, I don't know. Rowan, everybody's concern is about the offensive line. You were up close and personal on several different occasions. Do you see any reason for optimism for that offensive line this year and what they can do as far as just run blocking? I'm not even thinking about protection at this point. I want to be able to still run the ball.
If you talk about optimism, yeah, I do. I do think that there is optimism about the offensive line, and overall, it's because of the other pieces. You have the silverback in Trent Williams. You have Spencer Burford, a guy who a lot of people have seen some good clips on, right? I think that you have building blocks in him and Aaron Banks, who should rebound and should have a better performance this upcoming week, and has been a guy who's been all right. He's been inconsistent, but he's been all right in training camp. And then you have Jake Brendel. And while people are worried about Jake Brendel, I'm not necessarily that worried, especially in run blocking. It's just, can he, the one question about Brendel is his strength. Can he can get to the second level? Can he finish blocks in that second level? That's the main thing. I think that overall, this offensive line is going to be better than people expect. I honestly think it's going to be an average offensive line, somewhere in that 10 to 16 range overall. I think it's going to be one of the better ones in the division, especially. But if you're talking about the offensive line in general, the one concern right now, in my opinion, is right tackle. It's been the concern for me for the last week or so, because McGlinchey is out, and he was that one mainstay that you could point to at right tackle. The 2 tackles were the mainstays before. You might now have 4 new starting linemen come week 1.
Oh, that's not good for continuity. But you know what? Kyle's he's gonna have things going in a way where you don't have to heavily rely on absolute perfection for that offensive line. I just know it. Rowan, always great stuff. Rowan, I tell you, fam, check out Rowan, Rohan, Chuck Ravarthi. You'll see his 49er website. Rowan breaks it down in a way that a lot of guys just don't. Rowan, I mean that too.
Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Keep doing what you do. And I know you definitely get a good amount of hate, but you give a platform for the faithful, which a lot of people appreciate, myself included, when I have time. So appreciate coming on here.
And appreciate having you, Rowan. You have a great night. Looking forward. I'll be back tomorrow if you got time.
I'll let you know. Yeah. Might be tough, but I'll let you know.
All right, looking forward to it. Have a great night.
All right, sounds good, man.
Yeah. And let's go check. Oh, my homeboy has to come in and make sure that we all have to pay attention. Your empire will crumble October 23rd to the Chiefs' kingdom. Thank you, PM. And I'm talking about premenstrual cramp. Hey, Jack.
Ronbo.
Jack, come on in. What are you thinking, Jack?
Ronbo, we talking about practice. Practice.
A lot.
You know.
And that's because the only thing we've been able to talk about.
Yeah, I don't mean to disrespect anybody's intelligence, but maybe we got a definition of practice. Practice is, let me read it out for everybody. You don't know. 2, perform an activity, exercise, or skill repeatedly or regularly in order to improve or maintain one's efficiency. So practice don't have anything to do with what's going to be going on in the season. Okay? Practice is just for you to work on the things that you do the worst. And, from what I understand, Lance is having trouble throwing the ball, which, is a problem for a lot of the QBs. So, you agree with that,
Jack? I can barely hear you. Maybe you can get close to the microphone, if you can.
Yeah, can you hear me better?
Oh, that's so much better. All right, go right ahead.
Yeah, so, practice doesn't have anything to do with it.
You faded back out again.
Okay, yeah, I know. I think there's something wrong with my headphones here, but, hope I get in there really good. Yeah. I think we don't have anything to worry about. The only thing I'm worrying about really is center position, Ronbo, and the wide receivers, to be honest with you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I missed that last part. I heard you say something about a wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm worried about the wide receivers, Ronbo.
Now, why is that? That's one of the most safe and secure, right along with the defensive line. The wide receiver room. What is the problem you have with the wide receivers?
I'm afraid that if Debo go down and BA go down, then we're gonna have a serious problem.
Yeah,
or just one of those guys go down. We're gonna have a problem.
Yeah. Because the minute you start losing your top receivers, no matter what team, you're going to feel it. They don't know it yet, but Mahomes without Tyreek Hill could be like peanut butter sandwich with no bread. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to work.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know, my homeboy.
For some reason, the analysts think he ain't going to struggle or they ain't going to struggle. I don't think so. I tell you what, Green Bay, well, NFC is kind of low this year, but Mahomes was very well missed the playoffs this year coming up right here. Very well, because their defense is not that good.
I know, right? And they lost the Honey Badger. I can't wait to see what they look like this year. I got them coming in last in that division.
I don't think they make the playoffs, Rambo. I think it's going to be tough for them to make the playoff out of the air.
Don't let that happen.
It's very tough.
Oh my God, that will make my day. Oh God.
Woo! Yeah, but you had a caller. I forgot who was saying that he wanted to see Kyle Shanahan take another step, and he had that caller right there hit it on the nail. I think this season is not really about the team, it's about Kyle. Kyle has every ability that he needs to get the job done.
Yeah, well, Kyle comes now. There's a family legacy now, and his dad, and then you got him. This is why when we think that he can be a guy like John or Jim Harbaugh, and ask his players what do they want to do. This is not something that's in the Shanahan DNA, but they can still be effective. The players love him and they look up to him. I'm not sure which is the best. My players trust that I know exactly what the answers are, or do I have players coming over and I ask them what to do? I'm not sure about that, but I do like it.
But I think, I'm with that caller. I think Kyle needs to take another step because, in crunch time, he seems to get away from himself under pressure. So I hope he can take another step forward with that. And,
well, one thing he's got to keep his foot on the gas, and he every now and then he does take his foot off the gas too. So
yeah, he does. No mercy. No mercy. I actually missed. I'm always speaking to the wide receivers. And the reason why I started with that is because I actually missed a wide receiver that he drafted. I think he came in with Kittle, a little small.
Wait, what'd you say his name was?
What was his name? Trent. I think it's Trent. Little small guy.
Oh, yeah. I saw him yesterday in Cleveland. I was watching that Cleveland game. Yeah, Trent. What's his last name? Anyway, he made a couple of great diving catches, and he was one of the best in the league at running that slant. So
he used to be, he was our third down guy. He was the guy that and I think he was really swifty. Pretty small guy with a lot of speed. And,
you
I
can't guard him. He's too quick.
Yeah, I think that's something we really can use that this year. I know we got Tebow, but I think
you got Ray. You saw Ray break some ankles in that first game, so we may still have.
Yeah, but he's not.
He ain't Trent, but Trent Taylor. Thank you, Bo. Trent Taylor.
Yeah, Trent Taylor. Yeah, Trent Taylor was a good one, man, but somehow he didn't work out for us.
Well, his back, remember? But, his back injury never would stop.
Yeah, him and that boy from KC, D4. But Rambo, I don't have that much, but that's the only concerns I have is that center position, the wide receivers, and I think everything else will work out itself. I think Poe is going to get he's going to get the guard job. On the right guard, I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I don't think he's going to be out a little bit. So hopefully we can find a good replacement there. I haven't paid attention who could replace him, but I know.
Well, Jack, you pay attention to it tomorrow because it's going to be interesting to see what happens at the right guard spot. We're going to go now. I'll be back tomorrow, though, looking for you. All right?
All right, Rambo. You have a good night.
You too, Jack. Thanks, fam.
Yep, let him go till I'm dead and go. Oh, Rambo.
All right. And we move now to Donut and Tanisha. The man that's sometimes confused as Tone Loc. But he's actually Petey Wheat. No, he's wait, Rudy Ray. Who's that guy who's I almost Petey Wheatstraw. Because I enjoy Petey Wheatstraw and your guy?
Dolomite.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ronbo, I would like to start off tonight in Dolomite voice right now. I would like to talk to the Rams fans out there. I'm not going to single nobody out. We ain't got all night. We going to make everything right. Now, to you Rams fans out there, it's all about brands. That's what it's all about. They mad because we are the Nikes. They mad we are the Adidas. They mad that we are the Starbucks. They mad because we are that good Southern barbecue, whatever the big brands is, clothing, jewelry, whatever, cars.
Chick-fil-A.
But when it comes to them, they the store-bought.
Yeah.
They're the store-bought chicken. They're not even KFC.
The KFC's right up there with the best. So what's some chicken place you don't go to? Well, Popeyes used to be my brand.
They brand is Payless Shoe Store.
Where they got all the shoes they got in the store displayed out there, where you can run in and try them on yourself. There's no attendance. Just help yourself, and we're gonna give you a discount for that too. The shoes may not last you more than 2 weeks, but that's how we make our money. You'll buy 12 or 13 pairs of shoes this year.
Hey, that's what they did in St. Louis.
Woo!
Man. Oh, but to get back to it, you know what I'm saying? Let's get back to it. How you doing tonight, Ronbo?
I'm doing fine, as we get toward the end of the week, because I love me some. But we got football Thursday night. This is the bad thing about this, Donut, because you get used to this. It becomes like a drug effect. From now until spring, damn near, we're going to be up to our neck in football. If everything goes right, we'll go all the way to February. And I'm gonna go around looking for Rams. They don't hold enough places to talk. I'll be sitting up in there. Hey, y'all. Yeah, I just came over to visit. Pay y'all back for the visits y'all brought us. And like y'all, I brought something to eat. Brought you something to drink. And here to tell you, you ain't SHIT.
That's right. That's right. Sure, we come to bring the party, turn the party out, and if the cops come, we out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can clean up the mess and get the citation. 5-0. Oh man! But as far as the news concerned, man, I ain't concerned about all that drop season with all that. And Trent Williams is right, Faithful. You know, this is practice. Stop tripping. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this Thursday it just proves the strength of the way they scheduled us. You know what I'm saying? 3 games in 12 days, and we got that happening again within the season. So let's go ahead and get this out the way, Faithful. Keep your heads up. My number one thing is that we better keep Poe. We better keep Jason Poe because you know he is a starter quality. You know, understand me? He's the one that's going to keep that line in balance on the other side of the Silverback. No matter who started.
He got overlooked. And I love those kind of players.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, man, you know, that man eating tomahawk steaks and potatoes on a daily. You know what I'm saying? That's
he don't cook his meat. He eats it raw and bleeding. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Man, just a mean man.
Natural protein, you know. But man, I'm happy with everything that we got going on, Ronbo, and I'm very excited for the season. 2 days before the preseason finale, camp is over. You know, we got minimal people injured. We got 2 people coming back, which is your boy Armstead and your boy Mose, man. So let's go ahead and see how everything goes. Let everybody else heal up, and everybody else going to train on their own. And by the time week 1 comes, hey, Faithful, do not, I repeat, do not, one more time for the 3rd time, do not get discouraged on what these other mother duck players got to say, because like I say, man, either some of them just won one within decades or others trying to get one, but they cannot mess with the Faithful, not with our roster, inside and out. Our backups proved it last game, man. We gonna be ready. We gonna be shining like new money. Yes. You know, you ever seen a bald head guy step outside the house fresh for the day and his head is shining because he got that good bald head juice on it. You understand me? Shining like new money.
Like he put butter on his head, not margarine.
That's right. That's right. We gonna be all right.
Big Show wants you to know America's favorite couple is Donut and Tanisha. Give a shout out.
Aww.
We do appreciate that.
Yeah.
What's going on, Big Show?
What's up, Big Show?
What's going on, Shabazz? What's going on, Ellis? You know what I'm saying? What's going on to all the good faithful?
What's up to all the faithful?
You know what I'm saying? But like I say, to all you Rams, Dallas, Chicago, and especially Arizona with that big old Afro dude that's named Kyler Murray. You understand me? He don't know if he wants his hair braided or fluffed out. You understand me? Just like his son. He don't know if he wants to spy or he want to play.
I used to get a kick out of also, Klosky used to do that. Klosky come out with the braids, and all of a sudden he'd let that stuff out. You know, Afro, it has a reason we wore that, you know, but you know what? All of a sudden when you let that Afro out in the middle of a game, it's just, especially if it's over 6, 7, 8 inches long, it's hilarious because it just looks crazy on the helmet.
Oh, yeah, man, yeah.
That's why I was so delighted when Michael Jordan let brothers shave their head. I keep this baby clean as a whistle all the time. It's all purpose.
That's right.
If you're athletic, go to the gym, no problem. Take a shower, get done in a couple of minutes. There's nothing worse than a bad hair day. And if you got an afro,
that's right,
and you can't comb it, you know the pain. Remember that stuff with spray on there? Easy comb and all that stuff, it still take an hour and a half to get that puppy untangled.
That's right, brother. That's right. That's why we use Afro Sheen in the past, man. You know, make it loose and comb it through and make it shine all day.
Woo!
But
hey, coming to America.
Yes, yes indeed.
I know with the Jerry curl.
Let's go.
No, Tina, it's called how to mix some names? Donut and Tanisha. Donisha, and I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna get it for you. I'm gonna get these names combined somehow, and I almost just did it accidentally. Donut
Hey, that Donisha sounds good.
It does sound good, actually.
Yeah. Y'all too, man. Faithful, man. Y'all have a good night, man. Please have a good night, man.
Yeah.
And whatever y'all thinking about cooking this Thursday, man, get your grill on, get your stove top on, man. If you just doing a salad, get your chop on with the vegetables. But whatever you got to do, make sure you do what you do to make sure we beat the Texans, man. Don't let these fools slide up on us like the Rams did. You did. Man, let's go in there. Let's go in there 3 ways: long, hard, and frequent.
There you
go.
No, he's talking about football. Go ahead.
That's right.
Yeah, all y'all, I'm gonna say be good, and if you can't be good at it.
I know. Tanisha landed in there too. Hey, y'all have a great night.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you,
man. Man, thank you, Tanisha.
Yeah.
Don't listen, you guys got time. I'll hopefully hear from her tomorrow as well. I'll be back. All right.
Oh, yeah. We got to do that tomorrow and Thursday. Faithful.
Yes,
man,
right.
y'all be good. Man. Be cool. And to everybody else who just stepped in, please wipe your feet, wash your hands, and if you're making something to eat, wash your plate, and we out.
That's right.
Bye, y'all.
They're leaving them dishes in the sink. I hate that. Night, fam.
Night.
I love talking to Nona and Tanisha. We talk about everything in general. You know what I'm saying? It's all about football and everything we can think of. And food, don't let me Caesar salad. If you're going to make a salad, grill that chicken. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo, how you doing?
Tony, doing just fabulous. By the way, I meant to mention to you, did I talk to you after watch that Atlanta games? I'm looking at, like, I remember you said you did not like the way Mariota was doing. You know what? Mariota's quick pace and that hitting them runners going down the sideline in stride. And I said, you know what? The Falcons, people don't know, but they're going to look different. And you got my draft crush of 2021 out there running off and leave him. I didn't know he was that big, Tony. That defender was trying to cover him, got him turned all the way around, and Pitts just left. And Mariota said, you left? Yeah? Here, take this. I said, look, oh, my God. I knew it. Kyle damn Pitts is the real deal.
Yes, sir. And that corner that he beat, that was their number 2 corner last year. He's going to be their number 3 corner this year.
After he got embarrassed after that game. But listen, if Mariota's not playing like a quarterback that's trying to play no bridge role either. How's your kid that they just drafted? Is he going to beat Mariota out? I don't think so.
He's going to be the future, but I'm going to tell you something about Desmond Ridder, Ronbo. Desmond Ridder has it.
Tony, get closer to your microphone, Tony. You're sounding too way back.
Can you hear me now?
No difference.
Huh.
Go ahead. Just make sure you speak up. Okay, let's see what we got because I want to hear this. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. As long as you keep. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I think I can hear. Hopefully everybody can hear you. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Desmond Ridder has what I call that it factor. Whatever it is, he has it.
Mm-hmm.
So Mariota should be the starter. And Mariota didn't play bad last week, 2 weeks ago against Detroit, Ronbo. I just don't want him running all the time.
He seemed to stop doing that in that game I was watching just the other day.
He did.
Yeah.
He did, and I like that. Hitting the play action, hitting the tight ends. Mariota ain't no joke. He ain't no joke.
I tell you, the Raiders paid him $10 million. When's the last time you heard about a backup getting paid $10 million? So, he's got talent.
Yeah. Well, Ronbo, these cuts are going to happen.
I know, right?
Because I know we could use another 3-4 defensive end. Anybody significant's going to get released?
On the 49ers, that's a great question because we've been asking each other that the whole offseason long because we got way too many. All those guys aren't going to stay in spite of what people – why do we have to get rid of him? Because you have to have 53 guys on a roster, and they can't all be the defensive line. So
we got rid of Auden Tate, the wide receiver.
Archie Tate, who used to be with Cincinnati. I thought he was going to make the team, but he didn't do much in camp.
See, that's it's like Nimdichi's out there. He came and spent a couple of days with us and got put out. And actually, I understand that he got yelled at for being a little too rough to begin with. So I guess they got tired of talking to him about that.
Speaking of being too rough, did you get a chance to look at Abraham Lucas?
What was he doing? Oh, Abraham Lucas. Wait a minute. No, not yet. He's the Seahawk that I'm scared of. See, hey, Tony, all you had to do is tell me about him. I'm not going to go look at him. I'm going to do
nightmares.
it.
I had nightmares about that guy. What he did to Pittsburgh, man. What I can understand is how did he slip to the third round and nobody knew about him?
That happened a lot last year because the first round, what was everybody wanting in this last draft? Was it cornerbacks?
Wide receivers.
Receivers,
this
right?
year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why we end up getting Drake Jackson in the second round. When I watched him play, I said, "Oh, Drake Jackson, they got a way getting Drake Jackson. He's not a second round pick, and that's why he was sitting on that sofa during the draft. You ever some players kill me doing that. The cameras on him, and Drake looked as mad as hell. I thought maybe he doesn't want to be a 49er. Oh no, okay. Drake's just mad because they waited this long to get him. He wanted that first round pick money, and he probably deserved it.
That's what I figured out about Abraham Lucas of Seattle. He's pissed off because he slipped in the third round. Now he's taking it out on defensive line, man.
See? Damn.
Ronbo, that dude's he's half man, half monster.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
Man. Man.
And we got to play in week 3. Taquan Graham, our defensive end, is going to have to go up against. So I'm not looking forward to that.
Wait a minute. You said defensive. He plays defense, right?
No, Abraham Lucas plays offense, the right tackle.
He's a right tackle.
Yep,
you know, Tony, I got to tell you, I'm more afraid of defensive linemen that could just destroy things. Offensive linemen can only take care of one. Well, I want to see what he looks like, see what you mean. Because if he takes Nick out or takes out anybody else, that could be a problem. Like that dude did in it wasn't the Detroit guy did a good job against Nick. Is this guy Lucas big guy?
Yeah, Abraham is 6'6". I can let you know real quick. Abraham Lucas, third round pick, 6'6", 322.
Uh-oh. Well, the thing is about that kind of a size, is he fast? See, because they get to take advantage of sometimes they can get beat with guys like Nick because Nick can get around them so quick by techniquing them. So,
I don't know how fast he is. He balls, and he hits he gets off that first man and goes to the second man and pancakes people. I felt sorry for that Chicago Bear defensive lineman last week. He planted him like he stole something from him.
Okay, now I got to go back and watch that game.
The aggression.
Because there's only so many Trent Williams that are going to be born in our lifetimes. If he's looking like that, I don't need that kind of aggravation. And the Hawks were smart enough to finally start looking at that offensive line instead of just going all defense. Because the Hawks' whole philosophy was we're going to spend most of our money on the defense because that's where we will feel the ball game is going to be won. What about Russell Wilson? Well, Russell will be fine. And he was, though.
Isn't it funny? The Hawks hit 2 home runs in the first round and the third round, a left tackle and a right tackle, after they traded Russell Wilson. They should have did this when he was here.
Well, they didn't have the draft picks, right? Because you said which one was the first round pick?
That was Charles Cross, who I wanted the Falcons to get him out of Mississippi State. He's nice too, but he ain't got that nastiness like Abraham Lucas. Ronbo, he scares me.
No, if you have a vicious offensive lineman, what's that famous one that Miami? Richie. What's Richie's last name?
Incognito.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I tell you what, if I've got kids watching something like that, Richie Incognito, I've always praised him for the fact that he actually antagonizes, he intimidates, he's fearless on that offensive line. If you run past Cognito one time, he's liable to gouge you in the eyes. He'll do anything to stop a guy. He doesn't care about flags. I says, I would never want a kid to model his game after Richie Incognito. But if I had a football team, I'd love to have him on it. Because he's out of his damn mind.
I see Patrick Mahomeboy in the chat talking smack, but Ronbo, man, I didn't know y'all played the AFC West this year. Y'all got to play all those bookends.
Four times. And I am not excited about playing the Chargers. I'm worried about that game.
You know how the NFL now with the 17 games, the extra game is the AFC team?
Yeah.
Our extra game, we got to play the Chargers in Atlanta.
Oh. You know what? The Chargers are bad enough. And when they brought Derwin James back and he's healthy, my God. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that, Ron. Tony, it's a bad thing to worry about. We'll wait and see what happens. I'm not going to hope anything bad on Derwin, but maybe he doesn't play that game we play the 49ers and he comes back the following week. How about that?
One of your guys said they were worried about your running game. Yeah. I'm not. You guys got your two backs, your Louisiana connection. Yeah, you guys will be fine at running the football.
I feel that way about it myself. Tony, always fun. I'll be back tomorrow and looking for you. All right?
Yeah, I've been mixing it up in the chat tonight, but I guess they're all gone. I even got on Texas Boy tonight. He was talking trash.
Just because I mentioned his name earlier. All right.
Yes, sir.
Tony, see you later.
Hey, I'll talk to you tomorrow. And Patrick, my homeboy, I ain't going to say that your Chiefs suck, but my Falcons do not. And the San Francisco going to take care of y'all.
That's right.
He's talking major trash. Ronbo, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Looking forward to it, Tony. Good night.
Take care.
And the thing is, my homeboys that said Trent Williams is overrated. Somebody show him the Madden score for Trent Williams. Also, let's also mention the fact that Trent Williams was in Kansas City, thinking he wanted to go there. And my homeboy was excited, and Trent said, no, thanks. I'm going back to San Francisco. Hey, 971 area code. Who is this?
Everything I touch turns to gold. I am naturally a successful person.
Yeah.
I always need the vibration of confidence.
Yeah.
I am naturally confident.
Okay.
I might touch. I am
What's up, Rob?
I am courageous. I am.
Production only puts up with it. Production only puts up with it for so long. I'm always amused. I have no idea what that's about. I just see him sitting in a temple somewhere up in the mountains in a cave-like atmosphere and just saying these things.
Good wake-up stuff. That's some good wake-up stuff. You wake up in the morning, you just tell yourself that. It's just, I am great.
It's inspiring.
The 49ers really need to hear that before they get out there.
Burn some incense. Something
instead of having any kind of music, they just should have that audio playing. I am great, Guarantee throw the other team off. They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They throw me off. I'm like, oh.
Because, Steven, crazy scares people. I still remember, I remember playing ball against some crazy guys. You had to worry about them because they might try to injure you. And insanity is a scary thing to just, especially if you believe it. If I see a guy,
especially on defense,
right? And I'm not talking about even, and I'm walking down the street, especially in the San Francisco area where you see a lot of people have lost their minds and they're walking down the street and carrying on this conversation. You don't see anybody standing next to him with the left or right. And he's just going on and on like he's got a conversation going with somebody you can't see. I usually cross the street, because I don't want to get caught in that aura of whatever he's doing. He could lose it any time. Insanity is a real thing. I'm not. And by the way, I'm not. Anybody thinks I'm not making fun of mental illness. I'm just saying it is something that worries me. But Steven, you and I are okay, and I know Roman's doing fine.
No, he's chilling. He's right here actually.
I can hear him.
He's causing up all sorts of storms, man.
That's
my
awesome.
favorite. He's my
high spirit
boy.
There you go. Well, hey, Steven, what you were going to say something about what you heard Trent was talking about. Go ahead.
Oh boy. Well, so okay, I'm not really tripping about this season. I'm really not. The wide receiver core, that was the first time I ever heard anyone say they were going to be worried about it because it looks so damn solid. But I can kind of see the skepticism. They get overhyped, they underperform, all that good stuff. But more importantly, though, I'm still worried about the offensive line. Justin Poe seems to be solid, but he's the only real solid player. And I don't hear Trent Williams giving Spencer Burford any praise or nothing like that. But you don't really hear much about it either. So it's like,
as he said, I thought I could. Trent's only spoke about a few people. I thought I heard him say something about Burford a week or so ago. Maybe not. He does like Poe a lot, though. He likes McKivitz. He likes Banks. He said he's given praises to some of his guys. He hasn't said anything about Jake Brindle, which is concerning.
Yeah.
And even Rome agrees, So
he's got some choice words. He's got some choice words. He's got two words to say.
We got to look out for Jake Brindle. But Rowan Chakravarti came in and he says because he's out there watching him work out, he thinks Jake Brindle may be better than we think. I'm hoping that's the case.
That's what I'm hoping too, Ronbo. I mean, we can all be up in there thinking, oh, we're going to do great, but there's always that fear of that. Is the offensive line going to get Trey killed? Is he going to get hurt because of the offensive line? Honestly, I think we're going to do all right, but more importantly, I'm excited about the Texans game more than anything. We get to see our first stringers out there, and then we get to see hopefully, we get to see Mason probably get some first team reps, see what happens with that. Because if I'm Kyle Shanahan, I want to see, okay, all right, you ran through the Vikings late in the quarter, but I want to see you try to run through the Texans first quarter, and then if you do good there, then we can kind of move forward with the process of using our bell cow running back like I was supposed to. We finally might have someone to replace Trey Sermon. Now I think Trey Sermon might be put. He might get waived. I don't think they're going to per se cut, but he might either go on the practice squad or he might get waived.
Okay, but remember, we've been a little hard on him. He's had an injured foot. I just got enlightened to the fact that he had something. He had some platelet-rich thing done to his foot as well. So I don't know how bad that foot is, but I can't imagine trying to be a running back with a bad wheel. So I don't know. I was hoping he'd do better this year. But if he's got an injury, I guess it just makes it impossible for him to beat the guys he's trying to beat out. I mean, he's not going to – when you look at TDP and Jordan Mason, I don't care if he is running against the third string. Those guys are busting ass. It's going to be hard to beat them out if I'm Sherman with a bad wheel. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got some stiff competition. I mean, even Jermichael Hasty seems to be putting out numbers.
And I forgot to mention him. Yeah, he's doing well, too.
You got Jermichael Hasty, you got TDP, and you got Jordan Mason. Now, if I'm going to be completely honest, Ronbo, I think out of all the rookies we got right now in the running back room, currently right now, I think TDP is under Mason, and then under TDP is Hasty. I only say that because, we see what Hasty could do in the regular season, and it's kind of unfortunate because he's very 50-50. TDP seems to be kind of he'll do some really nice plays, but then he'll really struggle sometimes where he can't find the hole, or he'll try to he'll get a misread and it won't go anywhere. But Jordan Mason, that man, if he fucks up, I mean, he's just running right through you. He ain't stopping. And that's
make your own holes. I do like that about him.
Exactly what he did to the Vikings, and that's terrifying. Now imagine if that boy had imagine if he was insane. Imagine if he was Bobby Boucher level insane. Nobody
My favorite all-time name, Bobby Boucher. That is so Cajun. Bobby Boucher. You're right. You got to have – they're going a tough guy route now. Remember the 49ers used to get guys who had finesse and speed. Your Mosterts, your Matty B's. Those are the guys that even Dante Pettis, finesse. And they're moving away. Now they're getting bruisers. The 49ers want to be physical. They want that other team to be rubbing their elbows and their back and everything else after the game. Saying, every time we play the 49ers, I come out of the game feeling like I've been hit by a truck. I like that attitude. Beat them up.
Man, it's good smash mouth football, Ronbo. And the last time we ever saw the Niners pull some smash mouth shit was when John Harbaugh took us to the Super Bowl. That was the only time. And then when, the 49ers did the catch 2.0, and then how many catches did we get with Harbaugh? I think it was 2, wasn't it?
With what game are we talking about?
We did one against the Saints, where it was Alex Smith and who else? Ooh, man, I can't remember.
But,
All I know is that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I was wondering where you were going with that because when you said I missed somewhere. I missed along what you were saying. You were talking about.
So.
Go ahead.
So where I was going with it was we had the most exciting Smash Mouth football team under John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
And we're finally back to that. We had, amazing runs. I mean, really, some of the nastiest running backs in our room.
Because
we had the nastiest.
Because they played bully ball, and they were not concerned about trying to get around any corners. As soon as the ball was snapped, the 49ers, here we come, try to do something about it. And then you got Boone, and who's the center at that time? We came right up the middle, and here comes Frank Gore. It was so much fun. Oh, my God, that was fun.
Where I was going with the catch 2.0, even our wide receivers were
now it's the catch 2.0. Now I got you. Okay. Yeah.
We were smash mouth through and through all the way, from our wide receiver core all the way down, if I'm not mistaken, to our special teams too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tony Montana.
So that's
yeah.
Man, we were evil. We were devils on that playing field, Ronbo. man,
So you know what?
It's
Kyle's mixing finesse and true friggin' grit. So that's gonna work, especially in today's football.
Oh,
because what Dante Hittner and guys like that were doing back then it doesn't work now. Man. You get a flag. Bam! You get it all the way. Broke the glass on my monitor, man. Oh, so we gotta go though.
Ronbo, man.
We're gonna go.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'll be looking for you tomorrow, Stephen. You in Rome, all right?
He might have some more things to say.
Yeah, let me hear. Yeah. Rome.
Go ahead.
Night, Rome.
Go ahead.
Adorable. All right, fam. I'll see you tomorrow, Stephen. Have a great night. You and Rome. All right.
You too. All right.
Thanks, fam. And when that said, we're going to pull it up, anchor, throw it on a boat, watch the boat sink. Family, tomorrow night, have some thoughts as to what you think is going to happen in this game tomorrow. Who do you think is going to stand out in that fun stuff we do in preseason? Because the score is not going to matter. But I was looking for who's going to be your standout individuals tomorrow. Who do you expect? Because what if this could really be funny? We all sit up here and we pretty much all got the same opinion about one Trey Sermon. If Sermon comes out and just kicks butt tomorrow, well, I'll be praising him like nobody else. Look at you, Trey. Shut the hell up, Ronbo. Oh, look at him. He cut off another 10 yards. Oh, I didn't know he had that kind of speed. Sermon couldn't break it to the house. I want so badly to be able to say that. So anyway, we'll see. Ray Jr., thanks. And listen, Jorge, I see you in there. Hope you got my email too. Fam, I'm going to see you tomorrow. I'm going to talk some more 49 football. Donut Tanisha, America's favorite family, favorite couple. Night. Fam, I love you. Hit that like, please. And don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for the donations tonight. Always appreciate it. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow. God, I love doing that.